All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful day outside, man. It's rainy, it's cloudy. I fucking love it. This is hands down the best type of weather, and I won't hear otherwise. A lot to talk about today. There's some news and notes from around the league I want to discuss really quickly. We're going to talk about Luka. Slovenia, Lithuania ended not too long ago, probably like 30, 40 minutes ago. We're going to talk about it. I watched the whole game. And then we're going to grade every single NBA team's offseason. So this might be a bit of a longer stream, but that's exactly what we're here for. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be going live. Except this Saturday, I'll be out of town, but from there on out. And in 2 weeks, I'll also be out of town. So not that Saturday either. Because you're a good girl and you know it. So let's just get right into the business. Let me tweet out that I'm live. Speaking of Twitter, I went ahead and I muted some Twitter accounts today that were just accounts that just never shut the fuck up about Luka's weight. I had to mute some. They're just so annoying to me. And I'll say this: I'll be an enlightened centrist right now. Both sides. I hate hearing about Luka's weight every single fucking time he plays. It's so annoying. Oh, Luka looks like a fat pig. And then you have another person tweeting 20 seconds later, holy shit, has Luka lost 20 pounds? It's just like everybody's brain is broken when it comes to this topic, and I want no part of it anymore. All right? Luka could weigh 450 fucking pounds. If he's winning, I couldn't care less. If Luka is performing, he could literally weigh 500 pounds. They could have to wheel him into the game on a wheelchair. Talking about Luka, Doncic, and Slovenia's win live right now on stream. Also grading every team's offseason later. Get in here now. But if you weren't, I think this would actually be impossible. If you weren't watching a game or something, and you are, if you weren't watching a Mavs game and you're just trying to follow along on Twitter, you would have no idea what's going on. You would genuinely have zero clue what was happening during the game. Luka misses one shot. Holy shit, Luka sucks right now. Luka makes the next shot. He's the best player in the history of the fucking sport. It's just so much up and down. It's hilarious. All right, tweet out that I'm live. It was a good game. I watched. There you go. You guys like that tweet? Retweet that tweet. Boom, 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 boom. It was a good game. I watched. Who was it earlier? Turkey and Montenegro. I watched that game earlier. That was a fun game too. Korkmaz had some big shots. Shane Larkin was going off. Former Mavs legend. That was a fun game. So far, so good. Like EuroBasket's been pretty fun to watch. Is there like a website we can go on to look at the scores and stuff? That's what I'm interested in. Here we go. EuroBasket. EuroBasket.com. What the fuck is this website? What is this 1998 ass website, man? What the hell is this website? Seriously, actually, what is this? FIBA? They model after ESPN? That's not ESPN. All right, let's see. Where's the schedule? I just want a schedule. Stats? FIBA EuroBasket? I want a schedule with some box scores. Here we go. Here's the Slovenia schedule, or the Slovenia. What up, Dilo? You can Google better side. Don't remember the name though. Luka's body just looks fat at certain angles. Doesn't mean he isn't fit. Luka's just a bigger guy. You know, like I don't think he'll ever be skinny. There are just people like that. What up, Magnify? There are just people, myself included, even at like when I'm fucking fat right now. Like I've let myself go a tiny bit. All right, I'm just gonna be honest. But even like whenever I do go to the gym and work out and I'm in like peak shape, I just can never be skinny. Like it's just never the body type. I can never be like a skinny person. I'm always gonna be a little bit built. Toby with 24. What up, Slightly remember me? Of course, I remember. Guys, I was only gone like a month. You guys are acting like I haven't streamed in a calendar year. But Luka's shooting 4 of 14, I think he went from the field. Yeah, 4 of 14, 3 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 of 8 from deep. Yikes. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. How tall are you? I think I'm a solid 6'3". 6'3", 6'4", depending on my shoes. I do wear platform shoes sometimes. But 11 for Luka. I'm sorry, 14 for Luka. Okay, I gotta get... Okay, here are the points. All right. 14 for... LOL, sure. Is there a way I can measure myself on stream? I'm gonna do that one day. Like, stand up against the wall like a fucking... like a child. Is there a door? I mean, I got a wall right here. I could stand up against the wall. I just... You know what? Give me a second, guys. I got a marker. I got a tape measure. All right. Boom. How do I want to do this? Is there a way you guys can see this? I don't want to show my fucking disgusting ass apartment. I don't really care that much about Luka's weight. The free throws are what makes me pull my hair out. I mean, I do care about Luka's weight. Don't get me wrong. I want Luka to be in better shape. I want him to be have better conditioning. That way he can close out games better. But it's not the only thing I think about. Like it's not. I don't want to watch a Luka game and then every time I go on Twitter, that's all everyone's fucking talking about. It's so annoying. Luka 4-14, 10 assists, 3 turnovers. He put on a passing clinic today. I mean, he really did. I thought he impacted the game really well. I thought defensively he had his moments too. Luka is a very solid post defender. Like, I'll just give him that. Luka is a legitimately decent defender against wings. When Luka gets switched out onto guards, that's where problems happen. And I don't know if that'll ever change, to be 1,000% honest with you. I don't think that'll ever change. But, you know. Did you see the dunk Luka had? Yeah, Luka needs to operate out of the post more. I've seen people... You know, I saw people on Twitter like, oh my God, Luka does operate out of the post. Like, the Mavs go to Luka in the post quite a bit. But it could be an interesting, like, if the Mavs just had one season where they're like, all right, our offense is pretty much going to be operating out of the post with Luka. Like, we're going to do high post-ups with Luka, and we're just going to operate. We're going to run our offense out of that. I think that could be interesting. But he does have a nice perimeter skill set, though, too. But it's just nice to have him in his bag. But it feels like when he posts up, like, can we look up? Here we go. NBA stats. I think NBA does tracking stats for post-ups. I'm pretty sure. His post-up numbers are pretty crazy. Like, let's just look playoffs. All right, tracking. Do they not do? Oh, here you go. Post-ups. Team equals Dallas. Let's just see. Post-ups. Luka averages 53% on post-ups. Do they not do points per possession on tracking stats? But either way, in the postseason, 4 post-ups a game. That number could definitely be higher. Based on your Insta, you look well over 6 feet. I'm over. You guys think I'm lying to you? I am over 6 feet. Fuck. You know what? Like, what does that look like? Can I just like on that wall right there? Can I put my measurement? Huh? I don't have a place to like rest my camera is the problem. That's the issue we're dealing with currently. Let me over 6 feet. Can you run a pick and roll asking for a friend? I'm actually not a bad roller. I just have a problem catching the ball sometimes. Some nights, some games, I'm completely okay. I can catch the pass. Some games, I just can't fucking catch a pass. The worst case was the guy on Twitter who said, we as Mavs fans should want Luka to lose international games so he's ready for the NBA season. Yeah, I know. I've seen people say that too. I just don't agree with it. One thing people need to understand too is, you know, I know there's a big difference between... Who would I compare my game to on the Mavs? Nobody. Like, I'm not good. You know, I'm not good. So I wouldn't compare my game to anyone. Post up. Okay, this is actually exactly what I wanted. Luka Doncic. 0.94 points per possession on post-ups. I mean, compare that to like Jokic. 0.96. Embiid 0.96. Giannis 0.95. Those numbers are pretty great. Granted, he does it less than these guys by quite a bit, but it's still an effective play type. Yeah, Nico's in Germany too. I will say that. I do. You guys know I will critique and criticize the Mavs front office very frequently. But I will say this. 0.93 on post-ups in the regular season. It felt better than that, to be honest with you. But for how much I criticize the Mavs front office, I will definitely say that I think it's cool how they go out of their way, you know, to go to Europe. This is what, the second, third? Have they gone to Europe every offseason? I know they went last year after Luka signed his extension, but I like that they go there. I like that they support him. I like that they went and supported Dirk for his jersey retirement in Germany. I think that's cool. I think that's good. I think it sends a good message. I guess Luka appreciates it. I'd have to guess Luka appreciates it. So yeah, kid with the breezy Hawaiian shirt definitely looks like an American over there for sure. D Mitch is coming to the Mavs. My delusion is pure. Yeah, there's some reports that the Jazz are looking for 3 unprotected firsts. If that's like what it takes, I'm interested. The problem is it's like I just don't even want to talk about Donovan Mitchell trade rumors. You know what I mean? I just don't even want to talk about them. Davion Mitchell? I would gladly take Davion. What is your current trade value? I'm looking to make some moves this upcoming rec season. In the dirt, I pulled a... Who was the dude? All right, listen. My rec team is actually currently in the championship game. Our next game is the championship game for our playoffs. Granted, we cheated, and we added like a former college player onto our roster for the playoffs. Completely and totally unfair. But I'm not gonna lie. I pulled Devontae Davis. I pulled Devontae Davis in my last reg game where at halftime, I didn't quit at halftime. But at halftime, I'm sitting there. You know, you only get like a minute and a half in between halves in rec basketball. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, this is it. Like this, I'm not coming to another game. The playoffs start next week. I'm not going. I didn't go. I'm probably not going to the championship game. Like, it's over. I'm hanging up my shoes. I don't want any part of rec basketball anymore. I decided that mid-game. Hit a big 3 in the second half and was just like, yeah, that's good. That was the last shot I probably will ever take. The 3 went in, and I thought to myself, that's a good place to end on. Like, I would probably never, considering my skill set, I will probably never have a better shot than that. So there you go. No, I'll play I love playing pickup basketball. I like pickup basketball way more than rec basketball. Like, it's not even a competition. I just like the fact that people aren't running fucking zone defenses. Like, it's just more enjoyable. Anyway, sorry. I fucking hate the Don as a nickname. I don't like it either, but we actually seem to be in the minority because I tweeted that out. That I didn't like that nickname. And we do seem to be in the minority. I'll say that. Luka Magic I like. My team faces 7-1 retired D-League player first playoff game. Shit wasn't even fun. A 7-1 retired D-League player? Yeah, I mean, the league I play in, there's like legitimate current overseas players. Not in our league, but they play in the other league in the court next to us. And there's like, it's like a fucking pro-am almost. There's people, there's crowds, they're chanting. It's insane. The playoff game we played last year, there was no joke, a student section. Like, we were playing like kids who were like probably fresh out of high school. And they were chanting, they were calling us trash. Like, I missed a shot and I was running back on defense and they were like, "You fucking suck!" in the crowd. And I was like, I know, dude. I was looking at him like, I trust me. Nobody knows more than me. Luka Magic is cool. Luka Legend is cool, but it's too early in my opinion for that one. But it's also like, can Luka get his own nickname? I think Wonder Boy is such a cool nickname. People think that he's getting too old for that. I don't know. Asshole Luka is great. Asshole Luka is fantastic. I do agree. Probably not great for television. But Luka Legend, I don't know. Luka Legend's cool, but then you have Larry Legend. I just don't think he's found it yet. Swaggy L. I didn't know Luka gave himself that nickname. Swaggy L is horrific. That's horrendous. I hate it. The Matador is cool, but it's just you're setting yourself up for jokes with Luka's defense. In Europe, he is known as Wonder Boy. I think Wonder Boy is such a cool name. I know they call like soccer players that too, right? Like really good young kids, Wonder Kid or something like that. That shit's cool. El Matador is cooler. Like the Spanish version is cooler. Rebrand to Hercules? Devin Booker's dad? I like that one. Dirk's jersey is retiring now. This moment in Köln. I don't know how to pronounce that, and I'm not purposely mispronouncing it, but that's sick. I'm happy EuroBasket is here. I mean, the game's been great so far, and I'm going to continue to watch. All right, we went off on a tangent. Okay, let me exit out of this. But I think it could be interesting if the Mavs decided to post up Luka more and like kind of run their offense out of the post. But the thing is it's just like, as a pick and roll ball handler, he's just so fucking amazing. And the Mavs spam pick and roll. Like, let's just see. Yeah, Luka second. Only 11 possessions a game as a pick and roll ball handler. I guess that kind of makes sense. But look, 1.12 points per possession on that shit. That's like barely behind Chris Paul, who is like understood by everyone as being one of the best pick and roll ball handlers in the history of the sport. Yeah, cool hand Luka. That one's not bad either, but asshole Luka does roll off the tongue. Have you seen SD in the lab? He is trying to be the second star, Spencer Dinwiddie. I've seen Spencer Dinwiddie in the lab. I've seen Tim Hardaway in the lab. Everybody's in the lab. I'm in the lab. I am working on some Davis Bertans propaganda. That's my next propaganda video, by the way. But it's just like when Luka does so many different things well. He's an insanely good pick and roll ball handler. He's amazing in isolation. We know that. ISO'd more in the playoffs than anybody in the NBA. Regular season. Third behind James Harden and Shea. And he averaged 1.11 points per possession in isolation, man. That's fucking insane. That's an insane number. ISOs are typically not efficient plays. And so for him to have that level of efficiency with that volume is absolutely nuts. He just does so many different things, man. And he was good defensively today, too. He really was. I mean, he was clamping up Sabonis at times. How did Luka do? He missed the game. Shooting-wise, he didn't do well, 4-14, but he just was a floor general the whole game. Goran Dragic played good. Toby played good. It was a fun game, man. It was a fun game. He just captained the team. That's a special skill set to have, honestly. When things aren't going right scoring-wise, just the ability to still control and dictate things offensively. It's just every time he does the pick and roll, or he gets in front of his defender and he puts his defender in jail, he has his defender on his back, it's over. There's going to be a point. Like, there's going to be scoring. It's either going to be Luka getting a layup, Luka doing something in the post, or Luka finding a wide open teammate. Every single time, without fail. So I thought he played good. I think the Mavericks should run more in transition, too. Every time I watch Slovenia, I think the same exact thing. Like, the Mavericks need to run more in transition. I tweeted that out, and I had people who were like, oh, well, Luka doesn't want to run in transition. I honestly don't agree. Like, he runs in transition with Slovenia. I agree he does not run in transition with the Mavs, but like, let's look at these numbers really quickly, because I've been noticing this. Okay, if we go to Luka Doncic, if we go to his on-off stuff, the Mavericks, you can see the Mavericks run in transition way less frequently when Luka's on the floor. Like, look at these numbers. That's crazy. They barely run in transition when Luka's on the floor. But I feel like they could. You know, I don't think it's like a Luka's not capable of running in transition. That's fucking insane. Are you kidding me? Luka's way too good of an outlet passer. He's too good of a passer in general. He gets ahead of steam. He's too good of a finisher. I just don't know why. Is it like Luka doesn't want to run in transition, or is it like a coaching thing? Because again, I watch him play for Slovenia, and they run like crazy, man. Slovenia gets up and down the court like fucking crazy. Mavericks are going to the finals if Dorian ups his offensive consistency. World War I rematch, Jesus. Germany, France. Yeah, I was actually gonna have that game on in the background. Wish Frank was playing, man. I wish Frank and Maxey were playing. Who's on the Mavs? Is it Luka, Tyler Dorsey, and Bertans? Are those the only three that are like playing currently in EuroBasket? France should win, but Germany has home court advantage. When Luka is on the court, the game almost becomes slow motion. He plays at his own pace. Everyone else confirms the way he plays. Yeah, that's true. I still think he can run in transition, though. Latvia's not in EuroBasket? Oh, really? Okay. Why are they not? What, did they not qualify? How are they not in it, but like Great Britain is in it? How the fuck did they not qualify? Aren't the qualifiers like during the NBA season? Anyways, man, I would love to see the Mavericks run more in transition. For sure. And they have guys who can do it. Like if we go to on-off stats and we go to transition stuff, I mentioned this in my Josh Green video. Josh Green runs in transition. You see Brunson runs in transition. A lot of that has to do with the Mavs play faster when Luka's off the floor. Bertans goes crazy. Bertans goes crazy in transition. Who wins Slovenia 2022 versus Mavs 2016? The Mavs 2016 for sure. Germany might win because they won't send them a bus. Yeah, I saw that. Is that every single team or just Slovenia? Well, okay, could somebody more in the know catch me up on this? Because there was that one Slovenian game. Was it during the Olympics? When Luka afterwards was like, yeah, FIBA would never let us win. Like, FIBA would absolutely never let us win. What's going on there? Why does Luka think FIBA has it out against Slovenia? Is there a reason? Oh, and we also need to talk about this fucking abomination here. I saw, was it ESPN? Somebody, I think it was ESPN, made a list of the best players at EuroBasket, and the list was maybe the worst thing I've ever fucking seen. Let me see if I can find it. Who tweeted it out? Was it Hoop Central? Like they're out to get him. Luka thinks that about all the refs. Yeah, true. Luka's definitely is a little bit schizophrenic when it comes to the refs. Who tweeted out this EuroBasket ranking? Fuck. Dude, I can't find this fucking thing. Did I imagine this? ESPN EuroBasket player rankings. I know I didn't imagine this. Remember that rolling coat rack we called Unicorn? Yeah, I don't want to talk about Nikola Jokic, man. Oh, I'm sorry, what the hell? Kristaps Porzingis. Oh, here it is. Top 25 players you need to see at EuroBasket. Ranking the top 25 players. All right, here we go. I can't believe how bad this list is. Maybe I just saw it on Twitter, so maybe I don't understand. Maybe I don't understand the criteria on here. Who are the top players to watch at FIBA EuroBasket 2022? Most notably, the winners of the past 4 MVPs and a young phenom poised to win a few of his own. Haha, Franz Wagner. The star power doesn't really in there. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Who will shine the brightest in the battle for European hoop supremacy? NBA insiders Jonathan Giviani and Kevin Pelton are breaking down their 25 picks draft style. Okay, so this is a draft of some sort? What about Slovenia 2022 versus any NBA team is dominating the Slovenia team. I'm sorry to say it. It's not an easy choice picking between Jokic, Giannis, and Doncic. Agreed. But at the end, I give the nod to the 2-time reigning NBA MVP who fit the FIBA game is a little cleaner than Antetokounmpo. Okay, so that must be what it is. Because there's a ranking coming up here that is just egregiously bad. So is it just based off of who fits the international play style a little bit more? Giannis second, Luka third. I gave serious thought to taking Luka number 1. You should have. .6'7" point guard and pick and roll maestro who can make any pass and is a threat to pull it from anywhere. Doncic could be the most impactful player in this tournament, even though his conditioning isn't trained. Oh my God. I'm issuing a slightly biased challenge. NBA writers. I put this challenge forth a couple days ago. I'm adding a new layer, a new element to the challenge. NBA writers, if you are writing about Luka Doncic, I challenge you to not mention his conditioning and or weight or mention the word heliocentric at any point in your fucking article. I challenge you. Rudy Gobert fourth. Yep. There's a slight drop off. Yeah, you could say that. Franz Wagner. I love Franz Wagner's game, by the way. Dario Saric. So yeah, you might be thinking to yourself, wait, what? Dario Saric at 6? Damn. Is that it? There's no other NBA players? There's no other NBA players? No, he's ahead of Domantas Sabonis, Bojan, all right, Lauri Markkanen, Evan Fournier, Jonas Valanciunas, Nurkic, Micic. Like, I got to read the reasoning for this. Although Sarge is undoubtedly not the best player remaining, yeah. He's the most interesting to me because of his comeback from an ACL tear suffered in the 2021 NBA Finals. That injury sidelined him, okay. As his Suns posted the league's best record before being upset by Doncic and the Mavericks. I remember that. Phoenix suffered in part from difficulty matching up with Dallas' small front courts. Can somebody please explain me what the fuck the criteria for this draft is? What up, Doomer? How tall are you slightly? 6'6". Can somebody please explain to me the fucking criteria for this draft? I don't understand it. This little blurb right here gave me zero insight into why he's taking Dario Saric ahead of Domantas Sabonis, our Bojan. And Dragic, yeah, Dragic is a ways down here. 20th. Behind Jetty Osman. Thought you were 6'8". No, I shrunk a little bit. Bojan is still with the Jazz for the time being, yes. I want to show the Luka. I want to show the Luka dunk, but I am actually scared for my life about showing international highlights. I am actually scared for my well-being. Love to see this. Luka Doncic. Just me and my friend chilling in Germany. Dirk looking damn good, man. Fuck, Dirk was awesome. Bogdanovic is a great player. He should just join the Mavs. I would gladly take Bojan. Oh! This shit is so cool. International basketball, man. That's all of it. The atmosphere, the pageantry. It just feels cool. You know what I mean? The Slovenia-Lithuania game, at least. I was watching the Turkey-Montenegro game. There's like nobody there. But this game, you know, the Lithuanian fans, they're singing, they're chanting, they're flicking off Luka. Like, I love that shit. What up, Swayze? Spin around and rip it down, Luka. It's just in the post. He's unstoppable, man. Shout out to Ignas Brazdeikis. You know, I knew that Brazdeikis played. Was that Ignas? Yeah, it was. Holy shit, man. That's a quick spin right there, too. I know that Luka's first step, like off the dribble, isn't fantastic, but in the post, he spins like that, and it's lightning quick. Big goat, little goat. Luka looks hilarious here for some reason. This is a sick shirt. Man, I wish the Mavs won that series. When the Mavs went up 2-0 against the Clippers in Los Angeles, and there was that picture of Dirk in the stands like this, and Luka like pointing at him. Oh, that could have been such a legendary fucking picture if the Mavs didn't choke. Everyone knows Sly Bice is 5'9" after the Bologna incident. All due to him drying off his shorts in his car. His shirt in his car. Did you just have a stroke typing that? Nobody can stop the chunky boy down the block. He really is unstoppable down there. It's just a pageantry. Just looks great. Oh yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, I knew that Brazdeikis was still in the NBA. I knew he played on the Magic. Did you guys know he played 42 games last year? Ignas, former Summer League legend. I remember his Summer League for the Knicks. I think going into his rookie year, he had like a crazy Summer League. Everyone was like, oh, shit. Was that the same year of... Has he been in the league as long as Luka? Prime Dirk and Prime Luka together would be insane. That pick and roll would average fucking 2.5 points per possession. Did you see the picture of Luka when he flexed and they showed his back? I did, yeah. I'm not doing the Luka weight watch. I shit on it earlier on in the broadcast. I'm not doing it. Luka looked good. Yeah. Oh yeah. This one was nuts. Oh my God. He had Valanciunas. Valanciunas' ankles were hanging on for dear fucking life here. And Luka got hit in the face like 4 times this game. Well, also Kawhi went Super Saiyan. Yep, for sure. Prime Dirk. Oh, I already read that. Yeah. He conditions the defense for him to play bully ball and then perfectly times the spin when they brace for him. Yeah, exactly. Because you gotta prepare for contact. This isn't a Hawaiian shirt. Doing my man Nico dirty. I know he's in here somewhere. Ah! You're not going to watch Germany versus France? I'll put it on the background. I'm not broadcasting it or anything, no. I actually was planning on playing that game on the background. I started at 1:15, right? But anyways, yeah, the main point of this stream today for me actually was to grade every team's NBA offseason. Every NBA team's offseason, which is what we're going to do. Tip-off delay. Game will start at 20:58 local time. Oh, okay, 20 minutes. What stadium are they playing at? That stadium looks insane. That's where the Slovenia game was, too. Finley was my first favorite Mav. I love Finley, man. Luka mid as fuck. Couldn't drop 40 today. Yep. Luka already bullied smaller players trying to guard him. Poor souls when he posts you up. Luka posts up sinners. Like, Luka was posting up Ayton. FIBA basketball does not lend itself to scoring as much as the NBA. Yeah, this court is a little bit smaller. There's no defensive 3 seconds. So the scoring is definitely a little bit different. Also, the refs let the game play out a little bit more. I don't like when people say, like, oh, they're way more physical. I wouldn't say that it's more physical. I would just say more physicality is allowed. Like, it's probably equal levels of physicality. It's just when it comes to, okay, all right, I'm in danger here. I got 17 different fucking tabs open. My Opera browser is taking up like 3.5 gigs of memory. So let me go ahead and delete some of this shit. Why the gamer glasses today instead of the linen glasses? These aren't gamer glasses, man. These are the next wave. These are futuristic. I'm just preparing for the water wars whenever they happen. I need to be ready. These ones give me ultimate performance, good optics. I see everything, right? My eyeballs are protected. $14 in FIBA is like 20. He also had a bunch of hockey assists too. I'll say that. All right, well, I've been live for 40 minutes. What the fuck have I even talked about? When does Slovenia plays again on Saturday, right? All right. So last stream we went over the ESPN article where they were talking about who had the worst NBA offseason, and they had the Mavs as the worst offseason. NBA execs, 6 of them, 6 out of the 15 execs, scouts, coaches voted the Mavericks as having the worst NBA offseason. So today I thought, why don't we go down the list and let's look at every single team's offseason. We'll grade them out. You know exactly where we're going, right? I'm opening Google Docs. What you got on Game Pass? Oh, this shit down here, it just opens automatically. I don't think I have a single game installed from it, actually. I'm in a gaming rut. Like, nothing. Me and some of my friends have been playing Apex lately, but I fucking suck. Like, I'm terrible. Like, I got my first ever win the last game I played. And that was a few days ago, and I think that just might be it for me. Like, I feel like that's a good point to leave off on. I feel like that's just a good ending point right there. I won a game. I'm out. I have nothing left to prove in that game. I watched the game on ESPN Plus. I already have ESPN Plus. I don't remember for what, but I already have ESPN Plus, so I just streamed it on that. Grading NBA off seasons. Okay. I might need to pull up an off-season tracker just so I know. Are all Mavs games on League Pass, or is some Valley Sports BS? If you don't live in the Dallas area, you can watch Mavs games on League Pass. League Pass is cut in half this year, guys. Honestly, taking a complete break for a while usually helps me enjoy stuff again. I was so burnt out on games for a few years. Oh, I mean, COVID, I was a fucking madman. Like, I was playing so many video games. Like, Warzone had just came out, so that's what I was playing. And ever since then, I I just don't play much, man. I said today I couldn't do the sketchy streamer sites anymore. Yeah, I kind of agree, man. I'm okay with spending. I'm okay with spending a few, you know, like $10 a month if it means, my webcam is not taking pictures of me whenever I'm trying to watch a stream. VPN with League Pass? Yes, you can use a VPN with League Pass. Does anybody know like a good off-season tracking site? I actually know. I know that I did my own, but I haven't updated it in so long. Let me see how updated it is. (2022, 2023) offseason. Let's see. When was the last time I updated this? July 15th. Oof. But do we have every single team? Like every single team has their shit on here? Okay. Okay. Hey, man, I got to give myself a little bit more credit. We could work with this. There haven't been that many moves since July 15th. Like maybe moves along the margins, but nothing crazy. So we can definitely rock with this. We'll just use this document right here and grade based off of this. Save your money to pick up grub before watching games. This offseason has been stale. It's been one of the worst offseasons in a long time. One of the most boring ones. There's still, I mean, Donovan Mitchell is still out there. I don't know. But here we go. We're going to take a look at each and every single one of these teams here. Atlanta Hawks. I'm just going to go based off the slightly biased grading system, okay? So this is all the Atlanta Hawks. Jesus Christ. They made a lot of moves. All right, AJ Griffin, they drafted 16th overall. I'm honestly not going to look at the draft. I don't really do prospect scouting. I don't really know much about the prospects. So I don't really care about the draft. Very rarely does it go the way we think it's going to go. I think historically, only, I don't remember the exact number, but only like 2 or 3 of the top 5 picks end up getting like a max extension. So there's typically at least 1 or 2 guys in the top 4 or 5 that kind of bust. So I don't really look at it. Okay. Hawks traded for DeJounte Murray. One of the biggest moves of the offseason. Maybe the second biggest move of the entire offseason behind the Gobert trade. Don't you guys think? All-star on the move. They traded Danilo Gallinari, a 2023 first-round pick from Charlotte. That pick could actually end up being good. How did they get that pick? 2025 first, 2027 first, 2026 first, and a swap. If I had to guess, that 2023 first is protected, right? No way it's not. But I like this pairing. I really, really do. I saw this stat. Somebody tweeted this out. That Trae Young averages like something like 45% on catch and shoot threes, 45% or higher on threes in the corner. So you get him another creator on the floor who can set him up, let Trae Young play off ball a little bit. That's going to be fantastic. They traded away Kevin Huerter, which I actually like. I'm really not that big of a Kevin Huerter guy. They don't want to trade him. Good call on their part, in my opinion. Assuming he gets like a pretty decently sized contract. So they trade him to Sacramento. They get Justin Holiday, who I like a lot. Like Justin Holiday's going to come in and fill a need. He wasn't very good at Sacramento. But throughout his career, especially like in Indiana, just a really solid 3-and-D guy. Just plays defense and shoots threes. He's not going to do much else, but that's really all you need him to do. Come off the bench. They also got Mo Harkless and a 2022 first from the Kings. I like that trade a lot for him. I really do. I think that was a good trade for the Hawks. And Jock Landale. They actually traded Jock Landale, right? Yeah, okay. I don't really count that shit. Aaron Holiday. They brought in Aaron Holiday off the bench. I like that. I don't like that they lost DeLon Wright. They did lose DeLon Wright, who went to Washington. I like DeLon Wright as a backup guard a lot. DeLon Wright is this hilarious player where when he's on your team, former Mavs legend, of course, when he's on your team, you're like, damn, we need to upgrade. Like, we need to upgrade from DeLon Wright. Like, he's cool, but we need to upgrade from him. And then you lose him in free agency or you trade him. And then like a year or two later, you're like, damn, we really could use DeLon Wright right now. But I like Aaron Holiday as a backup point guard, especially for $2 million. I mean, that's nice. I feel like the Suns completely and totally misused him. Suns just had like a pretty solid backup guard on their roster all year long and decided, you know what? Campaign, we're going to rock with you, buddy. Weakness was perimeter defense and secondary playmaking, and they addressed their issues. Yep, they did. That's right. I like had all of these notes listed for all of this. I think this is the only team I did this on. Oh, look, departures. Kevin Knox. My note, Kevin Knox. Not really a big loss there. Not really a big loss. What's my slightly grade? Slightly grade. Can't fucking spell. Slightly grade. Slightly great. It's a great offseason for them, man. I'm very jealous of the DeJounte Murray pickup. A lot of people don't like this pickup. I've noticed that. I don't know if people are getting bored in the offseason, but I've actually seen some people label this as a bad move for the Hawks because of what they're giving up. I like it. They're going for it. They're swinging for it. On paper, DeJounte and Trae Young, that's a fantastic pairing. Two good creators. DeJounte Murray is bigger. He's a good defender, so he's going to make up for Trae Young on that side of things. You get Trae Young another creator, somebody who can help set him up so he can play off ball more. I love it. I really, really do. And also somebody who can initiate the offense and score for themselves if Trae Young's having a bad game or not in the game. And Kevin Huerter, I'm not there. You know, I'm not there the way some other people were. So I think it's a good offseason for them. I really, really do. Celtics, obviously, we know what they did, right? Brought in Malcolm Brogdon. All they had to give up was Daniel Tice, Aaron Nesmith, Nick Stauskas, Malik Fitz. None of those guys, besides Tice, I guess. Aaron Nesmith just does not look good. All of these guys, none of these guys are really that important. And they're both Trae and DeJounte Murray are young, so that's a pairing you hope to have for a long time. 2023 first. That's it. Which, considering how good the Celtics should be, that's going to be a pick in the very late 20s. Brought back Luke Cornett and Sam Hauser, whatever. Free agency, Danilo Gallinari. Do we have any update on him, actually? Hold on. Has there been any updates on Danilo Gallinari? Because the injury looked fucking gnarly. Trigger warning here. Negative points for Murray's offseason antics. I definitely think his offseason antics were lame. I kept seeing people who are like, have you guys ever played basketball before? I'm like, have you? I would never initiate a fight ever. I've never been in a fight in my life. Okay. But at the place where I play basketball at, if somebody hits somebody in the fucking head with the basketball, it probably is not going to end well. Like, I don't see a world. There is a different vibe, but it's like, oh, holy shit, an NBA player just did that to me. I'm not going to start a fight with an NBA player. Yeah, this shit looks gnarly. But are there any updates on a report? Danilo Gallinari has suffered a meniscus tear. Here he was after the game, though, standing up with an ice pack. I've seen people say that it could be a whole year injury. It could be a 3-week injury. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. No real updates, I guess. To be honest, all that doesn't matter because him and Palo squashed the fake beef. Oh, I'm not even talking about the Palo stuff. I actually didn't care at all about that. Like, that was like a fun storyline to me. A little bit weird for sure. I think the weird shit is DeJounte Murray hitting random fucking guys who are playing, you know, basically a pickup game in sweatpants in the head with the ball repeatedly. That shit was weird to me. Like, that was like a little, that felt a little too disrespectful. But the Palo stuff, I actually didn't care about the Palo stuff at all. I thought that was cool. Yeah, I did see the Celtics were interested in Melo. It actually kind of makes sense. But they bring in Brogdon and Gallinari are their big pickups. This hasn't been updated in in like 2 months. So if I'm missing something, you guys let me know. They lose these guys: Malik Fitz, Juwan Morgan, Aaron Nesmith, Nick Stauskas, and Daniel Tice. You know. Lonzo's meniscus tear is supposed to put him out like 6 weeks, and it's been 8 months with no clear return date. Yeah, I know. That's what's scary about him, right? But I'm not a doctor, believe it or not, guys. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. But I've heard people say it depends on the surgery, right? Like some surgeries where they replace it or they remove it altogether could take months to recover from, where other surgeries only take a couple weeks, and it sort of depends. Like the long-term one makes sense if you're younger. The short-term one makes sense if you're older and you only have a few years left anyway. I think that their offseason was phenomenal, obviously. Slightly ranking, slightly great. Actually, slightly amazing. I'd borderline say that they maybe had the best offseason in the NBA. Just from they went to the NBA Finals. They stole 2 games off of the Warriors. They took that series to 6. The Warriors were just a better team. They got better. They brought in Malcolm Brogdon off the bench, which is fucking amazing. Love that fit. Gallinari's a nice kid, assuming he comes back at some point. And you don't lose anything, really. You lose nothing of value. You kick the tires on Kevin Durant. I like it. A smart move by the Nets, too, right? Leaking, hey, man, the Celtics offered me Jaylen Brown. So now Jaylen Brown's like, what the fuck? Are you shitting me? Genius move by Sean Marks and the Nets. Speaking of the Nets, here they are. Wow, what a roller coaster offseason for them, huh? They bring in Royce O'Neal. 2023 first, a pick swap, right? The worst pick between Brooklyn, Houston, and Philadelphia's. So, okay, that could be Philly's pick more than likely, right? Still kind of wild to me. Royce O'Neal went for a first, but I guess I understand it. They bring back Patty Mills, $7 million a year. That's nice. They really couldn't lose him. They bring back Claxton, $10 million a year. I like that. I like that move a lot for them. They do lose Bruce Brown, which I hated. But his skill set was kind of redundant next to Ben Simmons. And let's not forget, Ben Simmons should be here. And I hate when, like, teams, we know the Dallas Mavericks love this line right here. Oh, my, Tim Hardaway coming back is basically a free agent addition. There you go. We won free agency, guys. But in the Nets case, that actually does make sense because Ben Simmons has never played a game for them. They lose Andre Drummond, too. Whatever. I don't care about Andre Drummond. Look at Bruce Brown's numbers, man. 95th percentile matchup difficulty, 98th percentile versatility, 81st percentile on-ball defender, 95th off-ball chaser, 92nd ball screen defender, 84th rim defensive field goal percentage versus expected for a guard. Great get for the Nets, man. I love that shit. Or the Nuggets, I'm sorry. Tough loss for the Nets. But again, it's just kind of a weird player to put alongside Ben Simmons because it's just like a lesser version of Ben Simmons. You have a gut feeling the Celtics peaked already? Maybe. You never know. Like that was my line of thinking with the Kevin Durant stuff because everyone was like, oh, you don't want to break up this core. You don't want to break up this young core that just went to the finals. It's like, man, you have no guarantees you're going back to the finals. You bring in Kevin Durant and keep Jason Tatum, you're almost locking yourself into a finals appearance. Like you are far and away the best team in the East at that point. So it's like, I don't know. It's a difficult decision whenever you have a young team that's good. Do you try to maximize your window? Or do you just, hope that this young core is as good as it's going to get? Are going to continue to get better and you make it back to the finals? It's a difficult decision. I don't envy any front office that's in that position. I mean, Mavs, of course, aren't. Look at you, blood. What up, gringo? Man, what the hell do we grade the Nets offseason, huh? They got some votes for the worst offseason in the NBA. I can't say that's the case. You look at their team, you take out the Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving drama, and they got better, I think. Right? Wouldn't you say? Royce O'Neal will help out defensively, can shoot a little bit. You bring back Claxton on what I think is a pretty fair contract for him. Bring back Patty Mills. No, I'm not going to stream the NFL. Slightly grade. Slightly nauseating. That's what I'm going to grade it. A nauseating offseason. Let's see if I can fucking spell nauseating. Huh? Is that right? How close am I? Oh, that's not too bad. That's closer than I actually expected to be. You know what's actually sad is I write for a living, but I just have Grammarly on 24/7. So I never learned how to spell words correctly. It just does it for me. You better stream the damn NFL, bro. NBA hasn't started. I don't give a flying fuck about the NFL. I just don't. I'm really trying my hardest, guys. Next week I'm gonna talk about it. I think Tuesday I'll probably give my NFL predictions, even though I know nothing. And Thursday, I'll make picks for the games for that week. But, would you ever work for the Ringer? Yeah, sure. Is that you, Bill Simmons? Is that you on a burner account? Just send me an email, man. I got a lot of offers, right? I'll look into it. Charlotte Hornets. Terrible offseason, in my opinion. Mark Williams, 7'7" wingspan, though. Great interior defender and rebounder. Okay, good notes. Shooting potential, all right. Might not be switchable. Out. Already out. Right there. I don't want any big that's like that in today's NBA. They brought back Cody Martin, which I do like. I like the Martin twins. Good, solid wing players, wing defenders. I might watch some NFL games until NBA starts. Oh, I'm definitely going to watch. Okay. I'm definitely going to watch. Did you guys see all that shit where the NFL, I don't know, some fucking random preseason game had higher ratings than the NBA Christmas games this past year? And everybody was just losing their mind. NFL fans were losing their mind. NFL fans care more about their ratings than anything else. It's actually really sad. Every time a tweet comes out about NFL ratings or something, NFL fans all jack each other off in a fucking circle. And they're like, NBA sucks. We did it, guys. It's like, dude, calm down. You guys are embarrassing yourselves. Try and get into it, bro. It's fun. Make a 4-team parlay, and I guarantee you will win. I mean, I'm going to watch. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm going to watch. Luka low-key should go Kobe mode one of these years and average 32 plus. Like, I just don't get the infatuation with ratings for NFL fans. Like, yes, NFL is a ratings juggernaut. Nobody doubts that. Anytime, I'm not going to lie, anytime I see if you don't want to enjoy the NBA, that's completely fine. Understandable. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to like. But anytime, and it's always NFL fans, I see people just like shitting on the NBA. I mean, just shitting all over it. It sucks. Fuck them. The players are babies, whatever. I'm just going to, dogs' ears perk up everywhere. That's all I'll say. There's a lot of whistling going on whenever conversations like this happen. It's very strange. They bring back Cody Martin. Steve Clifford is the head coach. Obviously, you had the Miles Bridges drama, which is what happened there? Did they ever rescind his qualifying offer? They said there was reports that they were going to, and then the deadline came, and then we never heard anything. So I think that they were actually like, hey, we're actually not going to rescind this qualifying offer. Miles Bridges will play in the NBA again. I'll tell you that. He's definitely playing in the NBA again. He's just too good. That's just the way that it works. That's how sports work. Sports are a legitimate meritocracy. All right. So the best in the world, they're going to get their opportunity more often than not. It's not always the case, but more often than not in sports, more than any other, you guys see what I do? I think I do have ADHD. I'm just over here just fucking playing with this shit. Oh, you guys can't see it, but it's a tape measure. But anyways, man, sports, big time meritocracy. If you're good enough, you'll be out there. Yeah, they're going to wait. Like, he'll probably sit out this season if I had to guess. But Miles Bridges will be playing in the NBA again without a shadow of a doubt. They'll probably let his court stuff play out, right? Let the league suspend him or whatever. He'll be back. I don't know if it'll be on Charlotte or what, but he'll definitely be back. But anyways, their offseason was horrible. It's an offseason from hell. Montrezl Harrell got arrested too. But the good news is, and Montrezl Harrell's thing is different. Like, a drug charge for me means nothing. Right? A domestic violence charge, that's very, very different. Drug charge, I don't give a shit at all. Slightly grade. Slightly hellish. Horrible. Did I spell slightly wrong? I did. Slightly hellish. I think that they probably had the worst offseason. Like, I have no idea what they do. I really have no clue what the end goal should be for the Hornets this year. They're rumored to be interested in Donovan Mitchell, which I don't love. I hate that for them. I really do. I think Hornets fans like it, which is fine, but I would hate that trade. I would hate them giving up a ton of draft capital in the future where they might not be very good to go and get Donovan Mitchell, who's not going to take them a step further, really. Then you have a backcourt defensive duo of Donovan Mitchell and LaMelo Ball. I'm done. It's just funny to me that a lot of the teams interested in Donovan Mitchell, like, we've seen Donovan Mitchell teams struggle in the playoffs year in and year out because this motherfucker just cannot play defense. And he had Rudy Gobert. And now you have all these teams who also have bad perimeter defenders and no Rudy Gobert going after Donovan Mitchell. It's not going to end well, I don't think. If a team gives up 5 first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell, I think they will regret it, for sure. Hornets are bad enough to be able to make proper use of their picks. Like, is LaMelo good enough, though? Is LaMelo good enough that he will carry a tanking team out of the tanking realm? That reminds me, you have 538. 538 dropped their player NBA player rating thing, and LaMelo Ball is like number 3. The player value thing, NBA player value. Is this what it is? NBA player projections. 538's player projection model absolutely loves LaMelo Ball. Future All-Star. 5-year market value, $209. Where's the 2022-2023 one, actually? Here it is. It's actually higher than that. MVP candidate. 538 thinks LaMelo Ball is a future MVP candidate with a 5-year market value of $310 million. Let's go look at Giannis. Okay, remember that. $310 million 5-year market value. I have no idea what their criterion is. $253 million for Giannis. So 538 thinks over the next 5 years, LaMelo Ball is going to be more impactful than Giannis. And Luka is the highest by a shit ton, I think. $405 million. Actually, Jokic might be. Yeah, Jokic actually is. But Luka's was $405 million. I mean, we know how fucking good he is, man. Ironically, I feel like LaMelo's ceiling is pretty close to someone like Carmelo. I love LaMelo's game. I really do. And I have zero idea what goes into this, by the way. I don't know what market value means. Is markability a thing? Wins above replacement projections are based on a combination of regular season and playoff performances and are scaled to an 82-game regular season. The similarity score is an index measuring how comparable one player is to another, scaled such that a score of 0 is average similarity and 100 is the highest possible degree of similarity, plus minus derived from our robust algorithm using player tracking and on-off ratings, Raptor, a measure of the number of points per 100 possessions. Huh. The weight on Luka's page, knowing you're accurate. What do they have it as? Do they have his weight on here? Oh. Weight, 218. We're not talking about weight anymore. Anyways. Ironically, I feel... Oh, I already read that. Is that your same Charlotte take as your Knicks getting Donovan? No, it's not, honestly. I think it makes more sense for the Knicks. I still don't think Donovan Mitchell puts them in like a championship contending category, but the thing is, they are the Knicks, and if they put together an interesting team, if you could go to a superstar and say, yo, we have Donovan Mitchell, we have Jalen Brunson, we have RJ Barrett, like we have this interesting young core. All we need is one more legitimate player, and we could make a real push. Charlotte, I don't think you're ever going to be a destination like that. New York can be. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird for Charlotte because it's like them not being a destination is also a reason why they should go after Donovan Mitchell, because it's like, oh, if we can swing in and get Donovan Mitchell, like, fuck yeah. We're going to do that. It makes a ton of sense for us. But it's just scary for me. Like, thinking about them, I just think they're far away. I really do. All right, Chicago Bulls. They draft Dalen Terry. Remember that? Game 1 of the Summer League. Jaden Hardy against Dalen Terry. Remember that? Zach LaVine. They bring back Zach LaVine for the max. They bring back Derek Jones. $3 million a year. Not bad. They go out and get Andre Drummond. They go out and they get Goran Dragic. I think they've gotten somebody else since this, but I don't remember what. Both these guys were very cheap. Bulls fans do not seem to like their offseason. They lose Troy Brown Jr., whatever. Bulls fans do not seem to have liked their offseason very much. I know that there's a Reddit page that were... Hold on, let me find this Reddit post. Every year there's like an NBA offseason post on Reddit that's just very up to date. I think for the Bulls, you're kind of just... I don't really know what they could have done differently this offseason. But for them, I think you're just kind of waiting and seeing what's going on with Patrick Williams. Like, he's going to be their big make or break guy. If Patrick Williams is good this year and he takes a step forward, the Bulls are a very interesting team. Right? But if he doesn't, and let's just say DeRozan takes a step back, which I think most people sort of expect. If that's the case, then I don't know. I don't know what their ceiling is. They promised Dragic like 30 minutes a game. I'd be annoyed too. It was like 20 minutes a game. And yes, every single fucking time Slovenia plays and Goran Dragic just, takes one step, everybody's going to lose their mind about how the Mavericks didn't go after him. The Mavericks, I will always repeat this. The Mavericks did offer him a contract, okay? The Mavericks did offer him a contract. He didn't sign it, but the Mavericks offered him one. I'm tired of people acting like they didn't. I don't know. Their offseason was boring. Like, I just don't have much else to say. Slightly boring. Slightly grade. Slightly boring. For the Bulls, there are teams where like a boring offseason is fine. Like the Cavs, for example. There are teams where a boring offseason is fine. For the Bulls, I would say, as a team that was in the playoffs last year, it probably would have been better if you made some more moves, especially considering, DeRozan's older, Vucevic is older, Zach LaVine's getting older. You just signed him to a max extension. But their team's really not bad. Like, you could directly tie the Bulls kind of falling off the cliff to Caruso and Lonzo getting injured. And if those two are healthy and back, then, things are very interesting. I saw a lot of Bulls fans wanted Turner or Gobert. Yeah, they wanted to upgrade from Vucevic. The Vucevic trade is a disaster. Like, there's no two ways around it. That trade is an absolute fucking disaster. They gave up Wendell Carter, who already looks better than Vucevic. They gave up the draft pick that ended up being Franz Wagner. Just a horrible trade. And who knows? Maybe that's not necessarily fair because Vucevic was like having an all-star season when they traded for him and was not very good last year. Maybe he bounces back this year. I don't know, but he's not a good interior defender. He's getting older, right? Like, he's a big who can stretch the floor, but a lot of shooting variance goes into that. I don't know. Cleveland Cavaliers. I always fuck up saying this guy's name. Abaji. I don't even know why Vooch was so much worse last season. He just shot like shit. Sexton averaged 24. I love Brunson, but we don't think Sexton should get as much as Brunson. Dude, NBA teams just don't like Sexton. I don't know what it is. Like, all of the analytics hate him too, even though he's an efficient scorer, all things considered. Like, analytics hate him. Front office people seem to hate him. A lot of writers and reporters seem to not like him either. I don't get it, personally. I think he just seems like a fine player, but... There was that article we talked about at the beginning of the offseason where it was like, I forgot who it was. The dude who invented PER, right? He did like a market value thing for players, and Sexton's was like $11 million, and Brunson's was $30 million. Like, I don't understand. Darius Garland, rookie max, 1,000% deserves it. Love Darius Garland, man. Great player. They bring back Ricky Rubio. That is a very slept-on signing. Rubio obviously was there last year towards ACL early on in the season. Ended up getting traded, but just as like salary filler for LeVert. They bring him back. It's interesting because if you go back and look at the Cavs season, right? Guys like Jetty Osman, their performance just kind of fell off of a cliff after Rubio got injured. What up, Gabriel? How is Simons? Simons was pretty high too, but his was only like 15, I think. Rubio was great for them when he was playing. Yeah, his shooting numbers were horrific, but he ran the offense incredibly well with Garland off the bench. So, and they tried to replace him with Rondo, but you know, it wasn't the same really. So I love that they brought back Ricky Rubio. Robin Lopez, totally forgot he even went there. They bring in Raul Neto too. Is Neto Spanish too? Is he a Spaniard? Oh, he's from Brazil, actually. Okay. So I like this offseason, actually, for the Cavs. It's kind of boring. Like, it's not an insane offseason. And I think they do bring back Sexton, too. Like, just the way things are playing out. It just might make more sense for Colin Sexton to just take the qualifying offer and play on that for a year and then hit the open market again, not coming off of an injury. Slightly grade. Slightly all right. I mean, it wasn't fantastic or anything, but it was not bad. I think you got better. You're a young team that only got better, right? And that is a good point, too. They didn't end up overpaying for Sexton. They let his market play out, and it's going to benefit them in the long run. So I like everything that they did this offseason. Slightly all right. Here we go. Dallas Mavericks. Christian Wood, right? This was the big move. They gave up a 2022 first. They ended up trading back into that draft, so worked out great. Sterling Brown, a nothing player. Trey Burke, a nothing player. Boban, God bless him, a nothing player. Marquise Chris, a nothing player. I respect everything Marquise Chris did, by the way, coming in on the 10-day during the COVID shit and finding a home on the team. But in the grand scheme of things, why have we not extended Bertans 10 years, 10 billion? Hey, I got to keep my sources, you know, I got to keep my sources low key, but just be patient. He rated Sexton and Simons around 10.5 million. Oh, he had Simons at 10.5 million? They're kind of the same player, and Simons gets like 25 million, right? I think Simons got 20 million a year or something like that. 100 million, whatever. It was either 4 or 5 years, but 100 million. Like flat. 100 million. I think the ceiling is higher for Simons. I don't know. I don't understand why people are so low on Sexton. It is a little bit weird to me, but maybe there's just something we don't know. Mavs also went and got JaVale McGee, 3 years, 20 million. You think this is an overpay? I mean, I don't. $6 million a year, that's such a movable contract too. That's like, you move that without even needing to attach anything probably. What would you be willing to give up for Sexton? Not much, man. Like, I don't know. You could maybe talk me into a pick, but I've seen people be like, 2 picks, fucking Josh Green, 2 picks, throw in Hardy if you need to. Like, no. I've seen people say the same thing for Boyan, for Mike Conley. No. Okay, as the season gets closer, I'm more and more okay with just running with this squad we have right now, and then January, February, reassessing your situation, see who's available that might not be, who's available around the deadline, who's not available now, and then you move from there. You are 1 year away from your pick conveying, the Knicks getting your last pick from the KP trade. Now you have all of your picks. Everything, every pick is available for you to trade. You have a bunch of expiring contracts. If the Mavericks have a quiet offseason next offseason, then we can hit the fucking panic button. Okay, because that's year 2 of Luka's. That's after year 1 of Luka's Supermax, right? Next year is Luka's Supermax. Right? Yeah, Luka's Supermax kicks in next year. Okay, so you're going into year 2. Next offseason, you'll be going into year 2 of Luka's Supermax. You got a bunch of expiring contracts. You have every first round pick at your disposal. Hopefully, you have a decently promising young player in Jaden Hardy. That has to happen. Like, Jaden Hardy has to show some promise. That has to happen. And now you move. Now you have to make some moves. That has to be what happens next offseason. And I'm a little bit worried about some things. I'm worried about Maxi's contract. I think we're all going to be surprised by Maxi's contract. I really, really do. He's in a contract year. His shooting ability, his defensive abilities, I think we're going to be shocked by how much Maxi gets. And I don't think the Mavericks can really afford to lose him. It's funny because last season, when Maxi was shooting like 7% on threes, What game was that? Remember that game against the Magic? It was against the Magic where Maxey went like 0 of 6 in the final 2 minutes of the game. Do you guys remember that shit? I'm pulling that game up right now. It was against the Magic. Maxey went, oh my God, it was unbelievable. And I felt bad for him. Because it was like, holy shit. This guy's missing every single fucking shot. NBA.com, not loading. Yeah, all right. Great. Thanks, NBA. Higher than JaVale, but lower than Dorian Finney-Smith contract-wise. What Dorian's getting, what, $15 million a year? It would not shock me. He's definitely getting more than JaVale McGee, for sure. No doubt about it. He's getting more than $6 million a year. It would have to be more than 10. I don't see a world where Maxey Kleber is getting less than $10 million a year in today's NBA. You guys remember what game I'm talking about, though? I'm trying to find it. Schedule 2023. Oh, my God. Why is the NBA... Why is the fucking NBA website such a disaster? This shit is so hard to navigate. Why does it have to be this difficult? I expect them to go for whatever the full mid-level is. That's what the teams would pay. I think it's probably going to be more than that, dude. Full mid-level is what, like 10 million? Actually, I could maybe see that. In my brain, though, I'm just imagining him getting more. But then it all boils down to, like, okay, well, who's paying that? What team is, like, circling Maxey? It'll have to be contending teams, right? No rebuilding teams are going to go after Maxey. But a contending team, for sure, is going to have a home for Maxey Kleber if he were available. I don't think there's a single contending team in the NBA who would say no to Maxey Kleber if he wanted to go to them right now. But, like, those teams, obviously, the contending teams are the ones who don't have money. I'm trying my hardest here, guys, to fucking figure out the NBA's horrific website layout. If you guys just if you need somebody, you know, if you need somebody to help you out with your website design, you know, I have zero experience, but give me a couple of days to watch YouTube tutorials. I promise you I can come up with something better than this. I'm just trying to find Mavs 2021 schedule. Hardy is coming into one of the best situations of rookie with two great point guard minds and J. Kidd and Luka, for sure. I mean, the thing is like, I hope the Mavericks give him ample opportunities because I want him to prove himself. I want him to show other NBA teams potentially what they could be getting in a trade. I hate saying that because, like, if he ends up showing a lot of promise, the Mavs don't really have a lot of young talent, so you would like to keep him around. But next year's got to be a trade year. Like, the Mavericks have to make a big trade next offseason. I don't think they can live without doing it. Unless something crazy happens. Like, unless, I don't know, Josh Green ends up becoming, like, a star-level player or some shit. Really impressive to see the value that Maxey and Dorian Finney-Smith have created for themselves as undrafted players. Yeah, it is amazing. You got to give the Mavs front office credit there. Like, those are two gems. Here it is. I found the game. January 30th. January 30th, the Mavericks lose by 3 to the Orlando Magic. And I remember this. This was such a frustrating stretch of basketball for the Mavericks. They also lose the next game to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So they are actually rolling before this. They are rolling before this. Going back December 31st, win against the Kings. January 2nd, win against the Thunder. Win against the Nuggets. Win against the Warriors. Win against the Rockets. Win against the Bulls. Remember, the Warriors were on some crazy winning streak. The Bulls were on a 9-game winning streak when the Mavs beat them January 9th. Then they lose to the Knicks. They get absolutely fucking routed, right? Because, of course, the Mavericks play the Knicks. They're going to lose. Guaranteed, right? Then they beat the Grizzlies on the road. Then the Magic, then the Thunder, then the Raptors. They lose to the Suns. We got the last laugh, though. They beat the Grizzlies again, lose to the Warriors, beat the Trailblazers, beat the Pacers, and then boom. Lost to the Magic, lost to the Thunder. I remember how pissed off I was. But this game right here, man. Luka, 34-point triple-double. I remember he wasn't that great in this game, though, if memory serves me correctly. Like, his shooting numbers were pretty bad, right? Oh, no. 6 turnovers, though. There's something frustrating with Luka in this game. Maxey. 2 of 8. And I believe he went, like, 0 of 6 in the fourth quarter. Period 4. Miss, 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 miss. Let's just take a look and watch this shit. My jaw was on the floor. I've never seen anything like this from a role player, right? Sometimes your star player will go out there and shit his pants in the fourth quarter or whatever. But like a role player getting as many shots as Maxey got in this game down the stretch. Hilarious. So these are all Maxey shots. Luka drawing a double team. Great pass. Maxey above the break. Nice. That's good. I like that. He was hitting those all postseason too when it mattered. Ooh. Brunson, little step back. Maxey deep 3. Yeah, I like the shot, though. Here it is. Okay, here it is. Here's where the stretch starts. Tie game. Tie game, 3 minutes left. What you're about to witness, with 3 minutes left in this game in a tie game, I believe either 4 or 5 straight bricks from Maxey Kleber with a chance to be the hero. Luka sucks in the defense. That is a nice screen right there, by the way, by Dorian. Maxey wide open. Misses it. Looked online. Not an absolute brick. Here it is again. 2 minutes left now. 107-107. Dorian, little high pick and roll action with Luka. Wendell Carter switches on. Maxey wide open in the corner. Brick. Mavs down 2. Maxey wide open 3 with 30 seconds left. Be the hero. Oh, look at Dorian hustling. Does he have one more, I think? Or was that it? No, he does. 7 seconds left now. Chance to win the game. Luka. Reggie. Wide open for the win. Man. Wow. Vomit on his sweater, mom. Spaghetti. I'll never forget. I don't think I was streaming this game, actually, for some reason. I don't think I streamed this game, and I remember I was watching it. I was somewhere. I wasn't home. I was watching it on my phone, and this was my face. Like, it wasn't anger. I just wanted to, like, hug Maxey. You know? That was peak goodbye, Maxey. I don't want anybody to have revisionist history. That was a goodbye, Maxey. We were done. Like, Mavs fans on Twitter, they wanted out. Like, it was over. The experiment was ended. You know, can I advance Twitter search Maxey's name during this day? I think I'm going to do it. Here we go. Advanced search, all of these words. Maxey. Here we go. Maxey. Date. When was this? January 30th. I know I was definitely like, get Maxey the fuck off this team. Like, it's over. And I don't feel that same way anymore. I was being very reactionary. Let's see what people had to say about Maxey. All right. Ice tray, Maxey bucket. Okay, what's all this shit? I thought that this would be way better. If you ever purchase this, I want you to close the stream, unsubscribe from me, never associate with me ever again. Or anybody that I know, please. All right, this was a fail. I thought that this would be a little bit better than this. How did we even get to this? Anyways, let's go back to the Mavs offseason. Brought in Christian Wood. Time will tell. JaVale McGee. I like the addition. They lost Jalen Brunson. That fucking sucks. All these other guys doesn't really matter. What if you just sold one? I hope you made $1 million. Slightly grade. Here we go. I'm not going to go that much into detail because slightly overhated. That's right. Slightly overhated. Now we want to act like Brunson's an all-star, huh? Now we want to do that? Oh my God, the Mavericks lost Jalen Brunson. They're fucked. They're fucked. It's over. Nobody else thinks this. Ask players. Draymond Green said, "Yeah, Mavericks are going to be a team next year." Alex Caruso said, "Yeah, Mavericks are going to be a team next year." Michael Jordan, I think, in a recent interview said Mavericks are going to be a team next year. You guys just don't see the vision. Slightly overhated. Denver Nuggets. Christian Brown, they drafted. Peyton Watson. Comigate. Was that the dude from Kansas, right? Trades. They bring in KCP and Ish Smith. Remember when we looked over the GM survey? Somebody voted this as the worst offseason in the NBA because they hated the KCP trade. I don't know, man. I think Will Barton, I think a lot of Nuggets fans will tell you this. Will Barton might be addition by subtraction. I don't think that's fair. That's just the way I've seen a lot of Nuggets fans act. I don't think that's necessarily fair because he was just asked to be the number 2 scoring option on that team last year, which doesn't make any sense. Not his fault. This song is just so goofy. Every time I hear that sound effect, bring. Losing Monte Morris will definitely suck. Monte Morris is a great backup point guard, but they like Bones Highland. It's hard to blame them. They like Bones Highland. Ish Smith's not like horrific. You know, he's not horrific. He's just a veteran guard. Won't he set the record for most teams played on, right? Is that him? They traded JaMychal Green and got a first from that, actually. They did trade a 2027 first, though, in that trade. They bring back Jokic. You know, I don't know how, if you're a small market team, Denver, a small market team, NBA-wise, right? Denver's not a small market, but NBA-wise, they're a small market. Bringing back Jokic on a max extension when he's a year away from unrestricted free agency, that is a slept-on thing. There's no way you can put them in the worst offseason category when that fucking happened. No matter what else happened, you are securing yourself a superstar future Hall of Famer to stay on your team for at least the next 6 years. Unless he demands a trade, which you won't. Yeah, DeAndre Jordan, that's right. They do hate DeAndre Jordan. I've seen some hilarious conspiracy theories that the front office did this just to continue to boost Nikola Jokic's on-off numbers because they're going to be terrible when DeAndre Jordan is on the floor. So Jokic's on-off splits are going to look even more insane than they already do. And they bring in Bruce Brown, $6.5 million. That's the one player, right? When we talk about, okay, the Mavs bring in JaVale McGee, $6 million. My question would be to the people mad about that. Who else making $6 million would you have rather gone for? Bruce Brown is the name for me, personally. Great get for them. I love this offseason. I really do. I think KCP is going to fit their team like a glove. Next to Jokic, play some defense, catch and shoot threes, has some ability to create his own shot. You don't want to rely on him for that, but he can do it from time to time. Bruce Brown, great player next to Jokic with that cutting. Bruce Brown's cutting ability next to Jokic, oh my God. You're going to see some insane passes. I think this team's going to be really fucking good next year. I love this offseason. I think it's fantastic. Slightly grade. Slightly fantastic. Love it. Jokic loves the weed, confirmed. Yeah. Look at Jokic, man. You can't tell me that guy does not smoke a copious amount of weed. Bruce Brown's my favorite 6'1" center of all time. Yeah, mine too. He should be every short king's idol. Detroit Pistons. Jane Ivey, 5th overall. Jalen Duran, 13th overall. They traded Jeremy Grant for a 2025 first-round pick from the Bucks, 2022 second-round pick, 2025 second-round pick, 2026 second. Damn, they really got nothing. That is really not a lot. I remember going into the trade, people were like, dude, Portland could trade their 7th overall pick for Jeremy Grant. You guys remember that? And they ended up trading a Milwaukee 2025 first. If Jamal Murray is even close to his form pre-injury, the Nuggets are instant contenders. Oh, for sure. People keep calling them dark horses. I honestly don't think I'd call them a dark horse this year. Years past, for sure, the Nuggets have been a dark horse. This year, they're not even a dark horse. Like, they're in the contending tier, I think, pretty comfortably. They bring back Marvin Bagley, 3 years, $37 million. You think Detroit's slightly boring? I don't like this contract. I don't know. I guess there's no risk involved for them. 3 years, $37 million. Like, you're not going to be good. More than likely, you're not going to be great over that stretch. And if Bagley Bagley was not bad on the Pistons last year. I don't know. This one is a little bit slightly boring, but that's all right. That's all right for the Pistons. I feel like they slightly grade. Actually, I'll go slightly interesting. Because obviously the Jaden Ivey pick, cool. Like, that's nice. Could be a superstar. Some people think. Jalen Duran, cool, interesting player. Could be a really interesting big to pair alongside like Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. Jeremy Grant, I feel like, I don't know, maybe Jeremy Grant's market obviously was nowhere near what people thought it was going to be. And true, they got some assets taking on cap. Marvin Bagley, that's true. They also got Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks, which I forgot about. That absolutely chaotic trade that nobody knew what the fuck was going on. Duran is really interesting for them. Yeah, it's an interesting offseason. Like, it just is. I'm all of these young rebuilding teams, I can't. You guys will see when we get to like the Jazz. I can't be like, hell yeah, A+, great offseason for like tanking teams because we have to wait and see. I like it. I like the direction. I like the idea, but we have to see it pan out before I can be like, hell yeah, that was a great decision. Detroit, Orlando for the most interesting young team in the East. Yeah, dude, Orlando's young core is pretty great. Remember my hot take that one of the Thunder, Pistons, or Magic would make the play-in? I don't think it's the Thunder anymore. Chet's injury just pretty much put the nail in the coffin there for me already. I think I'd actually, if I had to bet, I would bet Orlando. I love Franz Wagner. Moncaro's going to be great. Like, he's going to be legitimately great. Get Markelle Fultz healthy? Like, that's kind of getting slept on, I think. Yeah, Fultz really is not bad. Golden State Warriors. Patrick Baldwin, right? Remember that dude? Wasn't that dude like the #1 recruit out of high school? Went to a Green Bay University and was ass. Was also ass at the combine, right? I don't know. People are like really excited about this. Since it's the Warriors, they'll do some blood magic and he'll turn into the greatest fucking player of all time. But I don't know. Extensions. They brought back Looney. That's nice. I thought there was a real chance he could get like a bag from someone else. They brought in Dante DiVincenzo, which is interesting for sure. They also brought in JaMychal Green, but that was after this. If people are sleeping on, Markelle Fultz, then I'm in a deep slumber. You're always on some hating shit, Doomer. Yeah, I'd argue Jazz accomplished their goals more than any other team this offseason. True. But before I'm like, hell yeah. A+. A+. Great job. I got to see it all pan out. They lost Bielitsa, who went overseas. Damian Lee went to the Suns, right? Gary Payton to the Trailblazers. Otto Porter to the Raptors. Juan Toscano Anderson to the Lakers. There's some, Gary Payton, Otto Porter, pretty big contributors for them last year. Bielitsa even at times. But Kuminga, you give him another year to develop. Moody. People around the Golden State Warriors are hyping up Moody like crazy. Cavs got D-Mitch. Oh my god. What the fuck? Dude, the slightly biased streams have a magical power. Slightly biased streams have a magical fucking power. We were just talking about the Cavs being interested in Donovan Mitchell too. Has every big move of this offseason happened during a slightly biased live stream? That's the question I need to know. I need to know the answer to that fucking question. Donovan Mitchell been traded to the Cavs. Who's in that trade? Did I say on stream that if didn't I say on the last stream that Donovan Mitchell got traded to the Cavs, the Mavs could be a backdoor third team trade for Colin Sexton? Wow, that actually might be the best landing spot for Donovan Mitchell. Holy shit. Wow, we got to see who's involved. They got Sexton. Cleveland will send 3 unprotected first round picks and 2 pick swaps. Who's in it player wise? Surely not. Obviously not Mobley. Who's involved player wise? 3 unprotected firsts and 2 pick swaps. That's not that bad. This is exactly why you turn it into the fucking slightly biased live streams. Three unprotected first round picks, 2 pick swaps. That's not terrible. We need to see the players involved. I mean, to make it work financially, would Kevin Love have to be involved? Can they still sign Mobley eventually because of the rookie max rule? Yeah, you just can't trade for 2 guys on rookie maxes. So you can have 2 guys with rookie max contracts on your team, but you just can't trade for 2. So that's why with the Nets, it was like if they wanted to go and get Donovan Mitchell, because there were those reports early on in the KD trade saga that was like, oh, well, the Nets could be an interesting, like a 3-team trade where the Nets get Donovan Mitchell. They would have had to have traded Ben Simmons because they traded for Ben Simmons, who was on the rookie max. Cavs offseason deserves a review. Well, I already gave them slightly boring, but in a good way. But that obviously, I literally just reviewed them 3 minutes ago. Couple things on Donovan Mitchell. The Hawks, Heat, and Kings are not interested. Contrary to reports, Knicks still have the best package to offer, but other teams interested in Cleveland, Washington, Charlotte, LA Lakers. Okay, I don't know what the fuck. I need to see more. Who's involved player-wise? That's going to tell us everything. They got Sexton. It's okay, guys. The Mavs are never getting Colin Sexton. I need you guys to get that out of your head immediately. All right, Woj is taking too long. I need unverifiable reports. Okay, I know Woj like just takes his time to get things right. I need insight and information from people who get things wrong. I need content. Cleveland will send Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, and Abaji, who they just drafted. That's all. So they give up 3 unprotected first-round picks. Lauri, Colin Sexton, Abaji, who they just drafted in the first round. That's very similar to the Timberwolves trade, where they got Walker Kessler, who the Timberwolves just drafted. That's really not that crazy of a package, player-wise. I mean, they got a lot better. Mavs need to be on the phones. Yeah, does Colin Sexton get rerouted now? That's the question. Right now, that's the question. The Cavs, a Cavs-Mavs trade for Colin Sexton didn't make much sense. It could work out for the Cavs and Jazz. The Jazz have no fucking need for Colin Sexton. And now you get on the phones. Boyan's gone. Mike Conley's gone. You got to call. Michael Beasley, gone. I'm not saying the Mavs need to call about these guys. I'm saying teams around the league. You call about Michael Beasley. If you're the Lakers, I know you just dealt with the Jazz for Patrick Beverley, but if you're the Lakers now, you're like, yo, what's up with the Malik Beasley? Can we maybe get something going there? You thought Jetty would be on the trade? Lauri, Colin Sexton, and Abaji. That's all they needed for the contracts to work there? Really? Markkanen's making that much? Or is it gonna be a sign and trade with Sexton? That does not seem like a lot. Did Gobert low-key go for more than that? Okay, let's see what the Gobert trade was. Because that absolutely does not seem like a lot. The Timberwolves gave up Malik Beasley, right? Whatever. Older player. I mean, he played a role for the Timberwolves, but, you know, not like a young, promising player. Pat Bev, same thing. Balmero, who they took first last year. Walker Kessler, who they just took first. Jared Vanderbilt, definitely a young, intriguing player. 1, 2, 3 firsts, 1 swap, and then a protected. Wow. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I thought Donovan Mitchell was going to be going for more. That's a great fucking trade. Wow, that's a great fit for Donovan Mitchell. Holy shit. Full trade. Utah is trading Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland for Lauri Markkanen, Abaji, Colin Sexton, 3 unprotected first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps. Am I saying Abaji right? I know I'm not. I'm sorry. I literally was just talking about how I couldn't pronounce his name either. That doesn't seem like a lot. So now you have Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland as your backcourt. Offensively, that's incredible. You have Darius Garland can handle the playmaking duties. You don't have to fucking delude yourself and trick yourself into thinking anything about Donovan Mitchell's playmaking abilities anymore. He's a fine playmaker, but you can just let Darius Garland, who's one of the best playmakers in the league, handle that side of things. Defensively, Jared Allen and Mobley. You have those two to clean up after Donovan Mitchell. Wow. And now you have a young core, because Donovan Mitchell is still relatively young. Now you have a young core of Garland, Mobley, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell. Throw a Coro into the mix too. Why not? That's great. Holy shit. What a great trade for them. I love that. Sexton just signed an extension too. It was a sign-in trade then. I was about to say, how does that work financially? Colin Sexton is signing a 4-year, $72 million contract via sign-in trade to the Utah Jazz. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not a bad contract at all. I don't hate that. Now, if you're Utah, you just kind of hold on to that. If you're Utah, you just kind of hold on to that contract, see how it plays out. You're not going to be good this year anyway. If Colin Sexton comes out, Colin Sexton can be your tank commander, whatever. And maybe you trade him down the line. Will the Mavs swoop in somewhere? Maybe. You should rank NBA cities worst to first. I haven't been to most. Anyone on the Jazz you like if you could get them for nothing? I'm calling about Bojan. I'm definitely making a call about Bojan for sure. Mike Conley, I'm just not that interested in. I guess for a third ball handler, if you really wanted to. This is a blessing in disguise for the Knicks. I don't know if I would say that, considering this is the price. Like, if we were talking like 6 unprotected first-round picks or 5 unprotected first-round picks or whatever, then it's like, yeah, that's a lot. And RJ and McBride and Grimes, like, yeah, that's a little rich for my blood. Let's see what the Knicks fans are saying. Sexton was an overpay? I don't know. I think that's fine. Let's see what Knicks fans think about this whole ordeal. Let's go. Wait. As a guy who was afraid of getting fleeced in any Donovan Mitchell trade, this is kind of a sigh of relief, but whatever the Cavs gave up, it must have been quite the haul to beat the Knicks' best offer. Added 3 unprotected first-round picks and 2 swaps. A haul, but not the haul I was expecting. Yeah, man, that's not... I think a lot of Knicks fans were just kind of done with the whole saga. So I don't think you'll get like a complete and total meltdown the way you got from like the Suns after the Durant saga ended. In Leon we trust. Surprised the Heat didn't come in with 3 picks in Hero? Yeah, that would have been interesting. I love this move for the Cavs. I really do. NBA deals are always guaranteed, I thought. No, NBA deals aren't. Like, Bertans' contract's not guaranteed. The last year, at least. It's nothing like the NFL, where it's like... NFL contracts are so funny, because they'll be like, NFL player John Adams signs for $200 million. And you're like, oh, shit, that's so much money. And then the next year, like, John Adams released. The Cincinnati Bengals only paid him $2 million out of his $200 million contract. Let's see what Cavs fans are thinking. Damn, man. I'm so jealous. I want to feel this. You know, I want to feel this. I remember exactly where I was when the KP trade happened. Like, I remember exactly where I was. I remember everything going on. I want to, like, look at my phone when they'd be like, holy shit, the Mavericks just traded for Shea? Like, I want that so bad. This is the one. Who did we lose? Please tell me Mobley and Garland are safe. Oh, there's no fucking way. I never, before in the, like, 2 or 3 minutes we were waiting for players, Mobley was never even crossed my mind. There's no way they would have done that. I'm not totally sold on the fit next to Darius Garland. I think that fits fine. I really do. I thought offensively the fit with Brunson was fine too. Defensively it scared me also because like the Knicks defense surrounding them never really did much for me. Like Mitchell Robinson's a good rim protector and everything, but he has foul trouble and he's not Rudy Gobert. But you get Jared Allen and Mobley. I'm so annoyed that I didn't get the notification that you were live. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's been fucking weird lately. I wonder if it has anything to do with me getting a copyright strike. Some people think that when you get a copyright strike, like YouTube tanks your channel. I don't know though. Like my videos haven't been doing that bad, but I have heard from friends that like notifications don't go out. Woj owns Shams. Getting Mitchell without Darius Garland, Mobley, or Allen. Let's go. That's just a great get for them. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I really, really do. Fantastic move by the Cavs. Let's see what the Jazz are saying. My God. Is the Jazz... is there any life at all on the Jazz subreddit? Like, this is the one, a fucking screenshot of the Woj tweet? My God. Things are dire over there, huh? Source here. What the actual... Oh, Lord. Damn, I'm really going to miss Mitchell. Thanks for all the great memories. He single-handedly sparked my fandom. We have all the leverage. New York fans one day ago. All I got to say is fuck the Knicks. Okay. Thank God it's over. Danny, what did we get? Knicks fans in shambles. Laugh my fucking ass off. Here, let's see what they think about the players going in the trade. The Gobert trade skewed the perception of a lot of people, but this is a huge haul for one guy. 3 unprotected picks, 2 swaps, and their 2022 first rounder. So basically 4 first round picks. True. In addition to Sexton and Markkanen, who are both solid players on the website. That is kind of a lot, actually. Like, that's not a bad get. That's not a bad get because you'd have to think they could flip Markkanen for sure. They could flip Markkanen. They could flip Sexton. They're probably going to move Boyan. They're probably going to move Mike Conley. Holy fuck. They're going to be so bad. They're going to be terrible. And they're going to give they're just going to be like, here you go, Colin Sexton. Like, here you go, man. Here's the ball. They want to get Victor? Yeah, exactly. They're going to bottom out, which they should. I love it. I'm glad Mitchell didn't go to the Lakers. What the fuck with the Lakers have given up? Who's going to tank more, Spurs or Jazz? Oh, the Jazz now. Spurs, at least you have some young players already on the roster, like Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Josh Primo. Like, these guys are going to like make leaps forward and stuff like that. The Jazz are going to be horrific. Sexton's going to be the tank master. They're going to suck and be wearing those awful uniforms. Yeah. They literally base that fucking, whenever they drop those uniforms, you should have known what was coming. We all should have known what was around the corner, right? They drop these uniforms. It's a signal. They're going to say, hey, guys, we want to do a big rebrand where we have cool jerseys, but we're going to suck so much ass over the next 4 or 5 years that we're just going to wait a little bit. And we're going to push back the cool jerseys. We're going to give you guys these fucking practice jerseys that are going to resemble the rec squad team we're going to have out on the floor every single night. When was the last time we had a team? I was thinking about this a couple days ago because the Jazz are full-fledged tanking now. Jazz and the Spurs are just kind of, they're going to be unabashedly tanking. When was the last time we've seen that? When was the last time a team has just been like, guys, we're going to be ass? Like, at least with the Thunder, they've had Shea and some interesting young players. I guess the Magic, after they traded Vucevic, they're like, guys, we're going to be horrific. Mavs going to be rocking the retro unis nightly. NBA are going to bail out the Jazz by giving them Wemby, just like they did with the Pels by giving them Zion after AD left. Philly. It just feels like it kind of feels like it doesn't happen that much anymore where teams are like, we're going to be like the worst product of all time. We want to lose every game. It's crazy how Sexton went from the face of the franchise to getting traded in like 2-3 years. That's how it goes, man. I don't know if I would ever say Sexton was the face of the franchise, but that's just how it goes, man. So, yeah, 3 unprotected first-round picks, 2 protected, and then Abaji, who they just drafted. Absolutely fucking insane. And it's okay for the Knicks because they still got a lot of picks. They still got a lot of young talent. They just got to play the waiting game pretty much. You're not going to be that great this year, but... So, well, let's go back to my... it's insane how this shit always happens. Like, it actually is crazy. There's definitely something going on. Why do crazy trades always happen when you stream? I don't know. We literally just graded the Cavs offseason too. Slightly all right. Let's go ahead and change that. Slightly amazing. I really think this Cavs team is better than the Warriors. All right. It definitely changes the layout of the East. The Cavs, you'd have to think, go from being a slightly biased as an NBA GM and has insider information. Hey, man. But you'd have to think that they, like, lock in a playoff spot now, right? In need of a Mavs trade? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Hold on. Mark! Hey, let's go. Okay. All right. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, safe to say I won't be calling Mark Cuban again. He didn't like some of my recent tweets, to say the least. You need to say who the Mavericks shouldn't get so we can get them just like Christian Wood. The Mavericks should not trade for Bojan Bogdanovic. No, I don't think the Mavericks going to do anything either. Bojan would be so fucking perfect. Both teams did a great job. I do agree. Like, on paper, I think both teams did well. On paper, I think both teams knocked it out of the park here. Cleveland is sending its 3 unprotected picks to Utah in 2025, 2027, 2029. Pick swaps in 2026 and 2028. Oh my God. Dude, before too long, they're going to be trading 20, 30 fucking draft picks. Before too long, their team's going to be trading 20, 30 draft picks. I'll be 30 fucking 5 years old. $2025 unprotected. Oh, okay. These are not bad picks here. These are really not bad picks. 2025, 2027, 2029. That's far enough in the future. Anything can happen in the NBA. These picks could be good. Well, did he delete this tweet? He did. Did he get his information wrong? (2025, 2027, 2029). Okay. Pick swaps 2026, 2028. Utah in just 1 year of rebuild already competing with OKC with draft picks. Yep. It's crazy how that shit works, man. You decide it's over. You decide that the jig is up. The dream is dead. You pull the plug that fast in the NBA. It's just crazy. That's what I'm saying. I feel so uneasy about trading a first round draft pick right now if I'm the Mavericks, because it complicates things for you. You trade a first round draft pick. The only pick you could trade right now is 2025. So then after that, the only pick you could trade in the future is 2027. So it's like, if you just kind of let this season play out, then you get to a next offseason, Knicks get your pick, whatever. Boom, now you can go 2024 first. You can do a swap in 2025, 2026 first, do a swap in 2027 first, 2028. Boom. Like, we can bring in some talent here. You're not any closer to contending picking up Bojan or Conley. Conley, I might agree. Like, he was terrible against the Mavericks. Bojan, I'm not so sure. I think Bojan would definitely help the Mavs out. Mavs always lose to a Julius Randle team. Yeah, Julius Randle hates the fucking Mavericks. Or loves the Mavericks. One of the two. But either way. Why did Woj report this in reply to this? Bojan kind of cooked us in the playoffs. No, Bojan would be nice. Like, Bojan would be a nice kid. Let's see what my timeline is saying. I got to be fucking careful here. The Jazz should be wide open for business now. The entire Mavs brain trust is in Europe. That's okay. I don't... That's all right. I don't know if Nick is saying that's a bad thing or if it's like the entire brain trust is together in one place. Why is my Twitter doing this? I love NBA University. One of my favorite follows. This is an amazing trade for Cleveland. Few teams have the elite defensive infrastructure of Allen and Mobley to withstand a backcourt of Darius Garland and Mitchell, but the Cavs do. Mitchell fits the timeline perfectly. Explosive offense, intimidating rim defense. Dude, it's a great get. Like, it really is. I think them and Miami were the teams where it's like, that makes sense. Like, you can bring in Donovan Mitchell, and it makes sense. Knicks, it kind of made some sense. More so for the Knicks, I thought the appeal was, now we have like a really solid team, so if another guy wants to come in, boom, we're good. But if it's like Twitter's having a stroke on you as well, did fucking the Donovan Mitchell trade break Twitter? The Heat, same thing. You got great defensive infrastructure. You can bring in Donovan Mitchell, make it work. Hornets, I hated it. Never wanted to see it happen. Whew. Updated Cavs depth chart. Garland, Rubio, Neto, Mitchell, LeVert, Nimhard, Okoro, Stevens, Windler. That's good wing depth too. Mobley, Wade, Osman, Mobley, Isaiah Mobley, Allen, Love, and Rolo. Who else can we get? Are we going next year with this roster? If I had to guess, I'd say yes. And I mean, the Jazz don't really have to trade those guys now. Like, it's not like Bojan or Mike Conley or Jordan Clarkson are going to be so good that they're going to ruin your tank. Like, that's not going to happen. The Jazz can just hold on. Like, maybe they shop them now, but maybe they just wait until the trade deadline. Until teams get desperate. Mavs broke the Jazz. Yes, they did. Not gonna lie, I think the Mavs are over 11 against the Knicks as of late. No, they won. They won last year after the KP trade, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they beat the shit out of them, didn't they? I don't know. Slightly, Mavs should trade for KP, DeLon Wright, DeAndre Jordan, and Wesley Matthews. Now that's a finals team. Wesley Matthews, DeLon Wright? Sure. I would do it. Wait, I voted on this, I think. Since Utah falling apart, give the Jazz name back to New Orleans too while you're at it. True. Cleveland GM Kobe Altman circled back to Utah GM Justin Zinnick on Tuesday, and the two teams reassembled a deal that they had been discussing in previous weeks. Sources tell ESPN New York declined to do a deal on Monday night, opening the door for Cleveland to secure a deal. Wow. Just like that. Talking heads yesterday. Even if the Knicks get Donovan Mitchell, they'll still be an 8 seed. So New York would be stupid if they traded a lot for him. Talking heads today. LOL Knicks. Those bums screwed up again. They weren't willing to trade picks or players for Mitchell. I actually agree with this take. I agree 1,000%. He's right. Play bias. Who's the next propaganda video? Davis Bertans. Hopefully tomorrow. Like, I'm really hoping I get that one up tomorrow. The NBA season is probably going to be the most interesting one in a while. It'll be pretty interesting. I don't care. LOL Knicks. No, it's still fun. It's still LOL Knicks. They stole Brunson from us. They stole Hartenstein from me. Like, it'll be LOL Knicks. But I do agree with him here. Like, it's not the end of the world for them. The sniper is setting his sights. That's right. The best Dallas sniper since 1968. Jalen Bronson was promised Spida. Now he's stuck with an upset Cam Reddish. Okay, we can't do this as Mavs fans. We can't do this, guys. We were all laughing at Jalen Brunson after it seemed like Donovan Mitchell was going to the Knicks. We can't just switch up now. Dude, my nose is so fucking itchy. The issue is that Mitchell to the Knicks was to be centerpiece of attracting someone else in the future. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like, the Cavs become damn near a borderline contender. The Knicks were not going to become a borderline contender, but they became a much more interesting destination. Whereas the Cavs, it's like, you're not going to be a destination no matter what. So the Knicks still have like 9 picks over the next 7 years or something like that. Do you know who can put a package of picks together like this starting next offseason? That's exactly what I'm saying. No need to trade a first round pick now for some dumb shit. No need to trade a first round pick now for fucking Mike Conley or Jordan Clarkson. I can't wait when Luka tells Brunson you're too small. I don't think he's going to do that. He probably would have went anywhere except Dallas. Brunson didn't like Luka. I don't agree. Dude, he grew up in New York. He grew up a Knicks fan. His dad played there. His dad's on the coaching staff. His fucking godfather runs the team. His godfather's son is his agent. Like, it was just always going to happen. You look at it now, the stars just align perfectly for Brunson going to the Knicks. I don't think it has anything to this video is hilarious. What the hell is this? What in the hell is this? Fellas, you're at a bar late at night with your girlfriend, and this man right here looks across the bar at your girlfriend like this. What are you doing? Huh? Rest in peace to Utah Az. I need some more updates. What's going on in Utah? Knicks are finally got 300 million plus locked up at Brunson, Randall, and RJ. I don't like the RJ. I don't like the RJ contract. I still don't. Both Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert made the All-Star team this past season, and both are out of Utah this offseason. Since 1980, this had only happened to one other pair of teammates, Russell Westbrook and Paul George, who were traded from OKC in 2019. Damn, man. This was always going to be it for them. Like, they weren't going to go far this postseason. Didn't matter who they play in the playoffs, they were going to lose. But the Mavericks really did break them. Damn, man. Luka Doncic is a fucking killer, literally. Literally, he just ended a whole franchise. This was a perennial top 5 seed in the West, right? I mean, they were dark horse contenders some years. Like, they were constantly a popular dark horse contender. Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson, rest in peace, walked into fucking the city of Utah and said, your franchise is dissolved. Go home. Not only did we just destroy your roster, but now you guys have dog shit uniforms. Leave. All right, your best player next year is Colin Sexton. Your best players next year are Colin Sexton and Michael Beasley. Good night. Damn. And then the next series, they told Chris Paul to fucking take his old ass to the retirement home and get out. Ringless. You'll never win a ring. It's over for you. It's a young man's league now, Chris Paul. Insane stuff, really, when you think about it that way. Eagles claim former 49ers running back Trey Sermon. Oh! The Eagles got Trey Sermon? Oh my God. Can you guys don't ever send me some shit like that again. Okay, we're in the middle of a huge NBA trade. I'm supposed to sit here and talk about Trey Sermon. This is funny. This is actually hilarious that the Knicks tweeted this out. This is funny as shit that they tweeted that out right now. Wow. That is funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Mavs play the Cavs on December 14th here and December 17th there. Dallas plays Utah 4 times this season. The first one is on November 2nd. They also play a preseason game at Utah October 14th. Okay. Those are all wins. Jamal Mosley on Luka Doncic. It's gonna make me tear up. I love the kid. He's a special young man. More than just basketball. How much he cares for people. How he gives back. I've learned so much from him about humility and caring for people. Love you, Mosley. Boyan is the one, guys. Boyan is the one. See, like, Mike Conley might be free because he's getting a lot of money and he's just not that good anymore. Nothing Danny Ainge does ever says fire sale. That man will squeeze until he gets the deal he wants. Now that the big pieces are gone, he can be petty enough to hold these other players until the end of time. First round picks where he's moving them. I kind of agree. I do kind of agree. Especially because, like, I would have to assume Mike Conley, especially Boyan, has more value than a Patrick Beverley. Right? And Patrick Beverley... What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? You just go up and order cheese and sauce? I mean, what the fuck is that? You guys want to be disgusted by American food, okay? And I say this to somebody who loves American fast food. Go to Europe for 2 weeks. You're going to come back and just be disgusted by the type of shit we eat. Conley's making like $20 million. Ooh. Ooh. 22 million this year, 24 next year. Yo, Sally Bias, are Taco Bueno still around in Dallas? Yeah, there's one pretty close to me. Conley is making 22.68 million this year and 24 next year. Yeah, like there's no way. There's no way he goes for a first. At all. The Utah Jazz turn Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell into 7 firsts, 2 swaps. Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Abaji, who's basically a first. Kessler, also basically a first. Just drafted this past year in the first. Jared Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley, Leandro Balmero, who was a first-round draft pick last year. Stanley Johnson, Talon Horton-Tucker. By a slightly live reaction to the Donovan Mitchell trade. I can't believe this shit happens to me. Cavs got D-Mitch? Hey, nice glasses, man. Oh my god. What the fuck? Dude, the slightly biased streams have a magical power. Yeah. I don't understand it. Slightly biased streams have a magical fucking power. I know. I don't know what we did. We did something to someone. It's going to be funny when the Knicks trade Brunson to get a star. It's going to be funny when Brunson's good. It's going to be funny when Brunson's like really fucking good. Your vacation and facial hair accident caused the KD drama. Is that what it was? Hey, you know what? That's so true. I actually don't think I streamed at any point during the KD saga. No, that's not true. I did. I was about to say, if I actually streamed at the height of the KD saga, he would have gotten traded for sure. If I would have just gone live in the midst of the KD drama, without a shadow of a doubt, he would have gotten traded. So I feel partially responsible. This reminds me a bit of the KP trade stream. Well, the KP trade stream, that doesn't really count because that was the trade deadline. So like you expect big moves then. You expect big moves during a trade deadline. So that doesn't really count. The Christian Wood trade, one, will remain the weirdest. Because that wasn't even like a scheduled stream. That was just, I just decided to go live randomly. I said a few years ago, Brunson will be the next Harden. Okay, I don't know about that. This guy thinks Europe doesn't have electricity. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, is this like a knock on the front office? I don't know. There's a very obvious expiring contract the Mavs should target now in the trade market. Bojan. Everyone's prime strikes differently. At 33, he's still in his prime. His last 4 years, he averaged 18 points on 46, 40, 86 shooting. No, Bojan definitely is a fantastic fit for the Mavericks. But if it costs a first, I'm out. I'm just out. Bro, I've literally just tuned in and boom, the KP trade, then Wood trade, and now Donovan Mitchell right as I join the streams. Well, man, you got a magical power too. Spurs and Jazz going to be doing shameless things this season. I think the Jazz will be a little bit more shameless. Just because the Spurs, Devin Vassell's got a ton of upside. You need him to develop. So you can't just purposefully tank and fuck his game up. Same with like Primo, which I don't know about him that much. But you just paid Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson can be your tank commander. That's fine. The Jazz, it's like, do they really have any long-term ties like Colin Sexton? No. So just let him go out and be your fucking tank commander. Who cares? Like the Jazz are going to be doing some shameless stuff. And if Sexton comes out and is hooping, they're going to trade him immediately. I'm not giving up a first for Bojan either. It just complicates things too much in the future. Thoughts about the trade? I think it's great for the Cavs. I think it's pretty good for the Jazz too. Like when you see it all laid out, like especially because all of the hype of what people are saying they're going to get, this seems like not as much. But when you lay it all out, 3 unprotected first, 2 pick swaps later down the road too, when the Cavs can be bad. And I always kind of like when teams do that, where like, let's say things go great for the Jazz. They come into form, like 2025, they're kind of competing again. Now all of a sudden you have the next 5 years worth of Cavs picks too, to play along with your picks, maybe the Timberwolves picks too. Then you can make moves. Like they're going to be in a pretty good spot in a couple of years, assuming things go right. You can never predict the rebuild. This trade seems more realistic for both sides compared to the shitstorm the Gobert trade did. I mean, the Gobert trade still remains insane. The fact that those two went for pretty much equal value is pretty nuts. DeJounte Murray and Donovan Mitchell, 2 West All-Stars last season, have been traded out of the Western Conference. Yep. It's his fucking time, man. There is not a world that exists where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not an All-Star this year. I'm telling you right now, like lock it in stone. Are there places where you can bet on NBA All-Stars? 2022, 2023 NBA All-Star bets. NBA odds, best bets for 2022, 2023 Rookie of the Year. Okay, championship futures. I don't see how you can bet on All-Stars, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an easy lock. I love when teams get players back. Yeah, that's how trades used to be. That's how trades used to be. It used to be like a player for another player. Maybe a pick. I was thinking about this a couple days ago. The Kristaps Porzingis trade, all right? The Mavs give up Dennis Smith Jr. and two firsts. If that... Okay, let's just take a time machine. 2022, right? Let's just say the situations are exactly the same. You got a rookie, Luka, right? You want to make a trade. KP is what, year 3 or 4, made an all-star game, young player, tons of promise. What the fuck is that trade package looking like now? Are we talking like 4 firsts? Like 2 picks and like 2 swaps? That trade would have been an abomination in today's NBA. You think Garland and Mitchell fit together? Yeah. I think they're going to be great offensively. And defensively, you got enough pieces there to cover up for those two. This is a win-win trade to me. I think the Cavs are probably wings away from being real contenders. Like the pivot from Ainge, Utah. Flamed out. I love Hoop Intellect, by the way. Great content. Flamed out. Fuck. All right, well, guess we're not reading that tweet. Mitch and Garland is similar to Brunson and Luka. My initial thought is Utah is relying on Donovan Mitchell possibly leaving in Cleveland in 3 years. For right now, this is a home run trade for Cleveland. Agreed, and still worth the risk for Cleveland to get a player of Mitchell's caliber. Only 26 next season, and now he has a better supporting cast than ever. Winning at a high level should keep Mitchell with the Cavs, especially with a young team he can grow with. I do agree, man. I agree with both takes here. I think it's a good trade. I think it's a good trade, actually, for the Jazz, since it's future stuff. It's future picks. What are you tweeting me, B-Dot? Oh, my God. I saw it. Let's see what Ball Don't Stop has to say.
He's a killer. He's an attacker. He's a guy that's a winner. He's a guy that's a leader. He's skilled. He has great pace. He has a great feel for the game, obviously, and he has more so than anything. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, but he's confident, and he doesn't think about the useless shit. He keeps going at you, and the Jazz have done a great job and he's fallen into a great situation on the fact that they've surrounded that with great defense, rim protection, glue guys, role players, shooters, and a coach that lets him play. And that's the winning formula. You know, you go into a game, you think about 2 things. You think about, am I going to win? And, am I going to have an impact on that winning, And Donovan Mitchell does that. Donovan Mitchell has done that since he got to the league. This guy right here is
Gay sex era in Utah. As of the time of this tweet, here's what Utah got for Donovan Mitchell, Gobert, Malik Beasley, THT. We already read all this. So they get a 2023 first. They got 2 2025 firsts, 2 2026 swaps, 2 2027 firsts, a 28 swap, and 2 29 firsts. Twitter's a cesspool, but it's my favorite one. I fucking love Twitter. All right. I recognize its toxicity. I recognize that if you expose yourself to Twitter for longer than 5 minutes, you are exposing yourself to horrific brain damage. And I'm aware of that. I accept it. I live for the brain damage. I like the brain damage. My brain is damaged. I'm okay with that. I think it makes life a little bit more fun. Can I be honest? Donovan Mitchell was straight poopy sink water in the playoffs last year. And I think he has to be number 2 on a team to win a chip. No, Donovan Mitchell was poopy sink water in the playoffs last year. There's no doubt about that. He really was.
Donovan Mitchell is going.
Here we go. Let's see what the Cavs. Let's see what Locked On Cavs guys have to say. Cleveland Cavaliers are going for it. They clearly believe in Donovan Mitchell and are putting all the chips in.
It's Chris Manning from the Locked On Cavs podcast.
What up, Chris?
Coming to you with a breaking Locked On now.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell is going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The trade is Colin Sexton, Lowry Markkanen, and Ochai Agbaji. 3 firsts, 2 swaps to Utah for Donovan Mitchell. With this trade, the Cavs are going for it. The Cavs are making a push with Darius Garland, with Donovan Mitchell, with Evan Mobley, with Jared Allen. That is their pairing now.
With Jetty Osman, with Dylan Windler, with Dean Wade, Lamar Stevens. Next time I do something like this, I'm just gonna list the whole fucking roster. Like, let's just say the Mavs traded for Bojan. Here's how I'm gonna approach it. The Mavs are really going for it. They're adding Bojan to a roster of Luka Doncic, Spencer Dinwiddie, Tim Hardaway, Dorian Finney-Smith, Reggie Bullock, Dwight Powell, Christian Wood, JaVale McGee, Brandon Knight's still on the fucking roster, Tyler Dorsey, Jaden Hardy. Is Brandon Knight still on the roster? ESPN has him on it. The weakest backcourt in the NBA defensively? There has to be worse.
That is their foursome. They are betting that they can win lots of basketball games, whether it's going for the title next year, the year after, soon. They are betting on this young core, going all in on 4 all-star level players, a potential young superstar in Evan Mobley,
and Darius Garland.
Donovan Mitchell as kind of the older guy of the bunch, even though he's still very young in his career.
That's true. That's crazy.
They're going for it. We will see how the roster shakes out, how they adjust their starting lineup, adjust the style of play that help them take a big step up next year. But they're going for it. They clearly believe in Donovan Mitchell as an upgrade over Colin Sexton at the 2-guard spot and are really going all in. All chips now.
Is this only coming out on one ear? If you guys have headphones on, is this only coming out on one ear?
Let's see where this goes. This is going to be a fun ride, a fun chance to hop on and cover this team. If you want to learn more about them, follow the Locked On Cavs.
Is it just that video? Oh yeah, that's weird. Man, I'm jealous of Cavs fans. Like they probably like new Woj tweet. Utah still has. Okay, let's see. Utah still has coveted trade or veteran trade assets, including Bojan, Jordan Clarkson, and Mike Conley Jr. They'll approach an Oklahoma City-esque haul of draft assets. Okay. Once they're done dealing, Jazz consider marketing Sexton and Baji keepers for their rebuilding roster. I thought that this sentence was the way that this sentence was going was they'll expect an Oklahoma City-esque haul for these 3, and I was like, all right, yeah, Mavs don't even bother calling. Mark, don't get fucking sucked in. Mark. This is a message to Mark Cuban. Mark, I know you're over in Europe right now, probably having a great time. It's a great place, right? Way better than this shithole. I know. Listen, I have a message to you, okay? Very important. I know you guys are probably going to get on the phone and call Danny Ainge, see what's going on over there in Utah. Don't get swindled. Please, okay? Don't fall for their fuckery over there. All right? We know how Danny Ainge operates. You give him a call about Bojan. You kick the tires a little bit, but that's it. The moment a word starts with FIR. Yeah, we're going to take hang up. Call about Mike Conley. See if he's free. It's probably going to take a future hang up the phone. Give a call about Colin Sexton. It'll probably take a couple of phones hung up. Don't fucking get swindled, okay? Don't do it. Mark would somehow get conned for Conley THA to first. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like I almost would rather them not even make the call. I really want Mavs to make a move for Bogdanovich. He would make our team much better. 100%. The Heat have probably already offered them Robinson in a first for Bogey. I could see that. I mean, shit. I'm trying to think. What could the Sextons? What could the Celtics trade for Bojan? If Gallinari's going to miss a lot of time, is there a trade that makes sense for them financially to just absolutely put them over the top? They wanted a wing with self-creation. That's why they went out and got Gallinari. That's why they're like linked to Melo. Smart, not Smart White. I don't know if they would do that. I don't know if they would trade those two. I don't know. Okay. Cavs now have the best young core in the NBA. Garland, D. Mitch, Mobley, Allen, all under 25. Wait, what? There's no fucking way Donovan Mitchell's under 25. Okay, he is 25. He turns 26 in a couple of days. All right. Misleading ass tweet. Misleading ass tweet. Al Horford plus a few seconds. I don't even know if they would do that, actually. Is Josh Green our only actual player asset for the Jazz? If he's an asset? Probably, actually. Hardy and Josh are? I honestly don't even know if Hardy's an asset right now. Disagree. Best young core in the NBA is Dallas for one reason. How do you guys feel about this? The best young player in the NBA by a lot. Does that make the Mavs the best young core in the NBA just that by itself? I actually don't think so. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think so. Core implies more than one player. I like the thinking though. I really do. I'm very excited about EuroBasket, man. Those were good games today. How's the Germany-France game going? Today, our very own Swish 41 received the greatest possible honor from the German Basketball Federation, having his number 14 jersey required, the first in DBB history. Look at him, man. He looks so damn good. You're Lithuanian. You're yelling "fuck Slovenia" today. It was a good game, man. Like, Slovenia is better than them, right? Like, talent-wise, Lithuania's got. You've got Brazdeikis, who still is he still in the NBA? Was last year at least, and then obviously Sabonis and Valanciunas. Dirk with long hair is just slightly biased in shape. No offense, none taken. Cavs just went up a tier. Oh, no doubt. What are the missing pieces for the Mavs, in your opinion? One more really good wing. I think things are really interesting for the Mavs this year. When will the Mavs trade for an all-star, man? I'm so tired. It's got to be next year. Like, it has to be. It really does have to be next season. Right now, with 7:45 left to go in the fourth, Germany is up 60-49. Really? On France? It'll be a glorious tank for the Utah Jazz. This roster is so weak. Conley, Clarkson, Butler, Sexton, Beasley, Abaji, Boyan, who's getting traded, THT, Vanderbilt, Markkanen, Kessler, Gay. This team isn't even that awful. That's like a 6'10 level team. Oh, I don't know about that. That team's going to be fucking terrible. Buddy Hield or Boyan, and why Boyan? Because he's better. Like, Buddy Hield and Tim together? Dennis Smith Jr. is cooking everybody on the court, including Donovan Mitchell. Well, hey, let me just go ahead and tell you something, right? Well, I know Donovan Mitchell just got traded, and we're all excited. I think I can maybe go out on the court and cook Donovan Mitchell, okay? Oh! His defense really is just horrendous for an NBA player. Which is weird because that was supposed to be like his thing. Is this a 1 minute long video of Dennis Smith Jr. working Donovan Mitchell? Oh my lord. Who's that? Was that Karis LeVert? Oh my lord, man. Donovan Mitchell's not even fucking trying. To be fair, Donovan Mitchell could get cooked by a bar stool. Yeah. Will the Jazz have a better record this year than the Rockets had the previous season? I'm operating under the assumption that Boyan and Mike Conley, even if they start the season on the team, are not finishing the season on the team. What did the Rockets go last year? Like, the Rockets, it seemed like last year, at least they had Jalen Green. Like, at least they had some interesting young talent. Jalen Green, like Kevin Porter. They went 12 20 and 62. Damn, they were terrible. Holy shit. I think they'll be worse, right? Like, I think, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a while since we've had teams as bad as the Spurs and the Jazz will probably end up being. Like, they're going to be fucking horrible. What would your reaction be if the Mavs bring in Rui Hachimura? I mean, assuming you don't trade the sun and the moon for him. I think that'd be pretty cool. Take a chance on Rui. I feel this. Look at that beautiful boy. I love cats, man. Speaking of, I don't know where my beautiful boy's at. Yosai, should Mavs trade for Jokic and Giannis and maybe a second rounder for LeBron and Lenut and LeSperm when they enter the NBA? Unpopular opinions. Don't really get the Mavs fans wanting Clarkson. I agree. I agree with this. I don't want Jordan Clarkson either, unless you trade Tim Hardaway. How much does he help with ball handling? If almost all the ball handling he does is he gets his own shot, there's some value to be had in that. You know, if you trade Tim Hardaway in some other trade, Jordan Clarkson makes a lot of sense, actually. Seeing Cavs do more to acquire talent for their young core than the Mavs have done for Luka, pissing me off. Yeah, agreed. Fucking pissing me off. Actually, that's one of my most upset legendary rants from this past season. Early on in the year when the Mavs were struggling, the Mavs got washed by the Cavs, and I was fucking furious. Because I was like, man, how the hell have the Cavs acquired more talent in the past couple of years than the Mavericks have? Like, how the fuck is that even possible? And now it only continues. It just goes to show, like, if you take the draft seriously, right, and you take player development seriously, you can do things. Where the Mavs have just been like, you know, we're still paying the price for that god-awful KP trade, right? Hindsight 2020, right? The KP trade at the time made a lot of sense, okay? Not going to pretend that it didn't. Hindsight 2020 on that one. But you don't take the draft seriously. I mean, you draft fucking project players that you know full well are like maybe a 10-20% chance that they'd actually develop over guys like Desmond Bane. Like, can you imagine if the Mavs had Desmond Bane? Had Desmond Bane, man. Reggie and 2 first for Rui. Oh my god. Hot take artist yesterday. Brunson and Mitchell in the same backcourt. That's a nightmare. They'll get destroyed. Worst backcourt ever. Hot take artist yesterday. I'm assuming means today. Can you believe the fucking Knicks ruined their only chance to get a superstar? What clowns? I agree with this guy 1000%. I think the Knicks are fine. Tyler Hero, my guy, but have some shame. What did Tyler Hero do? Nah, keep that same energy. Huh? What's this about? What's this all about? It's really just about bullying the Knicks, which I am in favor. Yeah, that's true. You think Utah is willing to take Bertans' contract to be even worse to get that #1 pick next year? I think the Jazz would take Bertans' contract just as a way of being like, fuck it, we don't care. Cheated on his girlfriend? I doubt that's true. Even if it is. Officially official.
What's up, Knicks fans? RJ Barrett here. Really excited to be back. Really fired up about this extension, and I'll see you guys at the Garden.
As a place to live, is Donovan Mitchell upgrading or downgrading going from Utah to Cleveland? I've never been to either city, but I know Utah's at least pretty. Right? Just from pictures I've seen. I do know people who have... I do know people who have been to Cleveland on work trips, and reports are not great. Bertans plus a first for Bojan. I just really don't want to give up firsts. I just don't. Like, seeing these trades, I'm like, okay, let's get to next offseason and have our full fucking arsenal of picks at our disposal. Josiah Bice, is the One Piece real? Can we get much higher? Okay, I'm not going to pretend to understand that joke. I've seen it on Twitter quite a bit. I don't understand it. I'm not even going to bother to try to. Wow, I'm actually shocked at how angry I am at the Mavs after this trade. I mean, I'm not angry at them. If anything, after this trade, I'm thinking, okay, no trades involving a first-round pick. Just none until the end of the draft. Then we can go fucking buck wild, all right? But right now, it's like, I'm waiting. The craziest thing that Luka don't need that much help. Like, he doesn't need an All-NBA type player. All he needs is a player like Bane, Hero Poole. I mean, historically speaking, he does need an All-NBA type player. Teams without multiple guys like that usually do not win. There are some very rare exceptions throughout NBA history, but they are exceptions to the rule more often than not. Lakers had AD and LeBron. Warriors, obviously, they got a million fucking guys. Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. I know like Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday aren't all NBA guys, but they're all-star level guys. Dame will be a Dallas Mav by next offseason. See, that's a guy that maybe if the Trailblazers are a disaster this year, maybe you start kicking the tires on that. I would do it. We have a generational superstar in Luka, just one more proper star next to him, and we could be a dynasty. You want to know my actual dream scenario? Here it is. Here's my dream scenario. The Thunder suck this year, and Shea says, you know what, guys? I don't want to fucking do it. Like, I just don't want to do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. It's time. And you know what? Maybe that's what the Thunder want. Maybe they want a completely new timeline. Shea kind of muddies it. Boom. The Mavs swoop in. Huh? How about that? That's what I want. That's my dream. Steph didn't have an All-NBA player and won it all. Okay, but he had Clay, Wiggins, Draymond. Like, these are all... I mean, Draymond, if he didn't get hurt, was probably winning Defensive Player of the Year. Luka better than Steph? He is better than Steph, and I'm tired of pretending he's not. Okay? All right, let's get back to business. You guys keep me updated if something else happens, but we're back to grading off seasons. We had to change the Cavs. Let me power through this. I have to finish this. Or else I'll never live with myself. Tell you hot take. Luka's game improves and we don't need a second superstar. I mean, I would love a world where we don't need one. I think a world definitely does exist where you can win a championship with just a very, very, very well-built roster surrounding Luka. But a lot of things have to go right for you. Like, if you just go out and get a second star, things become much easier because you don't need as much luck. If it's the core you have now, maybe you add a couple of solid wings or something. You really need luck on your side. That's just the reality. Yes, trade for Shea. I mean, fuck, dude. You guys know how I feel about Shea. Like, you guys just know. Golden State Warriors, slightly grade. Slightly annoyed because whoever they get is going to be amazing no matter what. Like, let's just say, like, Dante DiVincenzo, anywhere else in the NBA, he's probably like just a end of bench guy, ends up being like a 9th, 10th man, whatever. Golden State, he's going to fucking win 6th man of the year or something. Like, it doesn't really matter. What is the next team to blow it up? That's the beauty of the NBA. You just don't know. You just do not know. I mean, just looking at teams, probably the Nets. Like, there's just no way. There's no way. Yeah, the Nets. There's no way the Nets. That situation is not done. Maybe that's one. Next year, KD is back. It ends horribly. Okay, it's like, okay, now we are trading KD. Now a bunch of other teams are in the mix. Houston Rockets, they get Jabari Smith, 3rd overall. Eason looked great in Summer League. Ty Washington, they have high hopes for. They traded Christian Wood. They got a first. They ended up trading that first as well, too, right? I don't remember. They bring back Jayshawn Tate, $7 million a year. I like that. That's all right. Slightly okay. Slightly great, slightly okay. Like, there's not much else going on there. Slightly okay. Slightly okay. I wish they got a point guard. I just hate this non-point guard shit they're going with. I really don't like it. In your opinion, who's the single best trade for Dallas? Still up for grabs? I guess Boyan. Like, that's really it. I don't see any other guys. I just really wish they would bring in like a point guard. Even if it is just like a guy who can just run the fucking offense. Cavs just went from 8 seed to 6 seed. Hey, they're better than the Raptors now, Derek. The Raptors all of a sudden looking like a play-in team. The way the rest of the East is. Let's just call a spade a spade. All right? What's your opinion on Rashawn Holmes? I know a lot of Mavs fans wanted him last year. I thought it'd been cool. Just have so many bigs now. If the Mavs traded for Rashawn Holmes, I mean, what is that big rotation looking like? I like him as a player, though. Very weird fit next to Sabonis now, but Scotty Barnes about to come MIP this season and get the Raptors to the 5th seed. I mean, the Raptors are always better than you think they'll be, though. I will say that. Houston Rockets slightly boring. I'm just going slightly okay. Getting Jabari Smith was kind of big. Like, that was the consensus #1 overall pick. And I lost so much fucking money because people are like, dude, yeah, it's just an easy, safe bet. Ain't no way the Raps got Josh Jackson. Oh, I did see that. Raps got Josh Jackson. Pacers. But they're in 6 overall. Okay. Malcolm Brogdon trade. They get Tice, Nesmith, Stackis, Fitz, and a 2023 first. Not a great return for that. They bring back Jalen Smith. That's a big get for them. Like, everyone was just... It seemed inevitable that he was gone. So bringing him back is pretty big for their future. I mean, they lose Rubio, who didn't even play a minute for them. Brogdon. You still have Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. Like, what's their future? Slightly grade. And then you had the Ayton stuff, right? Like, they went out and they offered a max for Ayton. They went out, they offered a max for Ayton. He signed it. He signed the offer sheet. I like that for them. I like them going for it. Slightly grade. I mean, this is a boring one, though. Like, since Ayton's not going there, could have been slightly better. How about that? Like, if the Suns didn't match for whatever reason, boom. Great offseason. If they trade it, listen, I've been thinking about this trade. If they end up trading Buddy Hield and Miles Turner to the Lakers for Russ and 2 future firsts, that is a fucking steal of a trade for them. That is such an amazingly good trade for them. Everybody's like, yeah, Buddy Hield, like, holy shit, man. Like, Buddy Hield, the Pacers could get this. I'm thinking, I'm like, really? For Buddy Hield? Like, seriously? For Buddy Hield? Maybe I just don't know. Maybe I just don't understand. I get Buddy Hield, like, put him next to LeBron and things are different, obviously. I know he was actually pretty great on the Pacers last year, but that contract is poopy. They drafted the expected pick and traded a vet for first, slightly troll for messing with the Suns. Guys, I'm confident Luka and his girlfriend need a breakup. Oh my God, why? Pacers got 8 and paid, exactly. Los Angeles Clippers. Okay, they drafted this guy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. They bring back Batum, $11 million a year. They bring back Amir Coffey. Cheap. That's a good value contract right there for Amir Coffey. John Wall in free agency. I love it. That's pretty much it. They lost Isaiah Hartenstein. That's a big one. Who is their backup big right now? Like, if we just look up the depth chart for the Clippers, am I missing somebody? Who's their backup big? My God. My eye itches. My nose itches. Who does ESPN have as their backup 5? Oh, Robert Covington. They just go really small if Zubats isn't in the game. I like that. They got Moses Brown. Slightly grade. Slightly boring. Boring. Not bad, though. Like, it's all right. They have a boring offseason. That's okay. I swear I can't stand fans that are fans of the Mavs only because of Luka and they act like they care about the team. If you know what I mean. No, I know what you mean. That's just what happens when you have a superstar, though. Like, that's just how it is. Los Angeles Lakers. Draft Max Christie. Okay, whatever. Here's the Lakers offseason. What a weird offseason, huh? Damian Jones. They bring him in for, I think that was the vet min, which isn't bad at all. Lonnie Walker, taxpayer exemption, okay. Troy Brown Jr., all right. Like, okay. Juan Toscano Anderson, okay. You know, none of these guys really jump out at the page at me. But, I mean, Damian Jones, that's a decent value signing. They also brought in Thomas Bryant. He's not on here. Darvin Ham to be the coach. Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown, Juan Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones, and Thomas Bryant. They lost Malik Monk. That's a slept-on departure. And now they're just in this fucking weird limbo. Slightly grade, slightly bad. Like, I honestly would say they had a worse offseason than the Mavericks. I really would. Just because the only thing that's really saving them is LeBron, for some horrific reason I can't understand, signed an extension. I for the life of me can't understand that. Unless LeBron is just, like, cool. Like, LeBron's just like, yo, whatever happens, like, I'm going to become the leading scorer all time in NBA history this upcoming season. You know, I don't really give a shit. We try to win, right? If AD's healthy and I'm healthy, we're going to be at least in the playoff mix. We're not going to be a championship team. Whatever. I'm cool with that. I'm in LA. Like, I'm living my best life. Whatever. But why sign the extension? I don't understand that. Why not just give yourself the opportunity to go next year into free agency? Like, I don't know. I don't understand it at all. At all. Memphis Grizzlies. They had a pretty busy offseason. They traded DeAnthony Melton. They got a first-round pick this year, which was David Roddy, and Danny Green, who's hurt but could come back. I don't know what's going on there. They bring back Tyus Jones. That's huge. Bringing back Tyus Jones was big. Everyone kind of assumed they would lose him. He's a great backup point guard. They give John Morant a rookie max. They lose Anthony Melton and Kyle Anderson. 2 big losses. And let's not forget, Jaren Jackson's going to miss the first part of the season. I'll go like slightly busy. Slightly grade. Slightly busy. But not slightly great. Like they might have gotten worse. They actually definitely got a little bit worse. This extension allows him to be able to move wherever his son goes. Yeah, but why not just be like, all right, Lakers, like, do something. I'm not signing this fucking extension. Do something with Russell Westbrook. I'm putting all the pressure on you, or else I'm leaving next offseason. I don't understand it. Like, you're gonna get paid. Obviously, you're fucking LeBron James. Miami Heat, they drafted Jovic. They brought back Vio. I like that for them. Dedmon, all right. Caleb Martin, I like that for them as well. They lose PJ Tucker. That sucks. They had a bad offseason, I think. I really do think they had a bad offseason. Slightly grade. Tyler Hero's tweeting cryptic ass shit. Slightly bad. Like, they had a worse offseason than the Mavericks, I think. I mentioned this a couple days ago. The Mavericks, there's an argument to be made. If everything goes right, they got better this offseason because they have actual centers now. But for the Heat, there's no argument. They got worse. Bucks draft Buckchamp. I like that pick. Bobby Portis, they bring him back. They pay him. That's nice. Good job, Bobby Portis. They bring back Wesley Matthews on a 1-year minimum. People forget he was literally starting games for them and was huge in the playoffs for them. So bringing him back on a 1-year minimum is big. Javon Carter, all right. Serge, ugh. Joe Ingles, that's a nice get coming off the ACL. I swore to God Joe Ingles was going to retire. That's pretty nice, and they didn't lose anybody at all, right? Didn't they make a trade recently, actually? This is why I'm trying to... Did they make a trade recently? Lakers will be a must-watch this season with Pat Bev and Russ together. Yeah, I forgot about the Pat Bev trade here for the Lakers. Like, again, this one hasn't been updated in a long time. This has been a slightly boring offseason for the Bucks, but that's okay. Slightly boring, but that's okay. Like, that's okay. The Bucks are one of these teams where you run it back, maybe improve a little bit along the edges, and you're good to go. Just hope that Chris Middleton stays healthy. Giannis obviously stays healthy. Drew stays healthy, and you're just running it back. Timberwolves. Here we go. Timberwolves. The Rudy Gobert trade. They give up Malik Beasley, Pat Bev, Balmero, Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt, a 2023 first, a 2025 first, a 2026 swap, a 2027 first, and a 2029 first. They sign Cat, 4 years, $224 million. Kyle Anderson in free agency. Bryn Forbes, they bring in free agency. Woo, what an offseason they had, huh? I love it. I'm going to be real with you. I like it. I like when teams like the Timberwolves say, fuck it, we're going for it. Like, we are going for it. We are the Timberwolves. We're not getting free agents. We are going to swing for the fences and try. Slightly grade. Slightly in love. I love it. I don't know if it's going to work out for them. Like, will it work out for them? I think so, personally. Postseason-wise, I'm not sure. But they're going to be an exciting team. They're going to be good. There's a chance it's a disaster. But they're just going for it, and I respect the shit out of that. I really, really do. Especially if you're a team like that, right? Like, here's the thing. Here's the fucking hilarious thing, right? This is how the Mavericks should operate. Mavericks should operate like they're a team like this, where, hey, we're not a destination. People don't want to come here. We need to make moves. We need to do this, this, this. We need to make sure we trade guys. We need to make sure we draft and develop guys. We need to make sure that, you know, in case somebody does request a trade, we have a stable of assets ready to go, ready to make a trade. Instead, the Mavericks walk around. They fucking operate like they're the Miami Heat or the Lakers. Dude, we'll just sign someone next offseason. Don't worry. Hey, Mark, hey, what's the plan, man? Are we gonna? Don't worry, man. Have you seen the free agency class in 2026? Don't worry about a fucking thing. It's just infuriating. Pelicans. They draft Dyson Daniels 8th overall. How was the weekend? I'm trying to go tomorrow or Sunday at SoFi. Incredible. I mean, there's no artist in the history of the world that does what he does. Extensions. They signed Zion to that 5-year mega max, which is huge for them. A big sigh of relief. And that's it, actually. Did they not do anything else? Well, I mean, slightly boring, but that's okay, though, because... Yeah. Slightly boring, but that's all right. Like, they're one of these teams where it's like, it's okay. You have Zion coming back. You made your big trade already for CJ. Pelicans moves were during the trade deadline, not really offseason? Yeah, exactly. Like, you got your big move already with CJ. You got, you know, Dyson Daniels is an interesting prospect. You have Herb Jones. Obviously, you just had a great rookie class. Let those guys develop a little bit. Zion comes back off injury. CJ, boom. I think the Mavs should have gone all in for Kyrie. I think they should have kicked the tires a little bit more on Kyrie. Not all in, though. Like, if the Nets were just like, oh my God, we got to get this guy the fuck off of our team. Like, we just can't stand it. We got to get him out of here. New York Knicks. Kemba Walker trade. All right, these were the trades that just didn't make any sense to me. The Pistons received Kemba Walker and a 2022 first. The Knicks got a 2025 first from Milwaukee. Charlotte got a 2023 first, a 2023 second, a 2023 second, a 2023 second, a 2024 second. All right. Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel. Pistons get Noel, Burks, a 2023 second, a 2024 second. The Knicks received cap space, so that was a cap dump for Brunson, obviously. They traded for the 11th overall pick. Thunder received 11th overall pick. Oh, I'm sorry. The Knicks traded the 11th overall pick, and then they get the 2023 first, a 2023 first, and a 2023 first. A lot going on there. They bring back Mitchell Robinson, 4 years, 60 mil. Obviously, they bring in Brunson, 4 years, 100 million. They bring in Isaiah Hartenstein. I love both of those signings. Didn't the Mavs almost trade for Noel for 70 million, 4 years? Well, no, they traded for Noel, and they offered him that contract, and he said no. They offered him that contract. He didn't want it. And then the Mavs just got, like, annoyed at him, and we're just like, all right, see ya, dude. If the Mavs would go all in for an all-star, all-NBA player, who we want that to be, player for me is Paul George. I would love Paul George. Player for me, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Matches the timeline. You have a young player, a young player to add alongside Luka. Offensively, that'd be so fucking disgusting. Slightly grade. Gotta be real, man. Slightly annoyed. Slightly annoyed, man. They steal Brunson from us. They steal Isaiah Hartenstein. What could have been? I like their offseason. I really do. Everyone's already laughing at them mid-3. So, damn, 2 hours in. What did I miss? Well, Donovan Mitchell got fucking traded. I was just already over there. Yeah. Add RJ Barrett to this extension too. Yeah. No. Just slightly annoyed at this offseason. Fucking Knicks. But I mean, everybody's laughing at them, but it's just like they went out and got a good player in Brunson. They went out and got a good player in Hartenstein. They re-signed RJ Barrett. He's the first rookie there in like 30 years to get a second contract. I know the Mavs can trade 3 firsts and 4 next year, but what's the rules on pick swaps? I think you can trade pick swaps whenever. Obviously, you have to have the pick. Oklahoma City Thunder, Chet, RIP, already out the whole season. Dieng 11th, Jalen Williams, and Jalen Williams. 2 Jalen Williams. They trade for JaMychal Green, who then gets released, right? Or traded to the Warriors. Either way, he's on the Warriors now. They moved up in the 11th to get the 11th overall pick. They re-signed Lou Dort, 5 years, $87 million. That's not a bad contract. They bring back Mike Muscala. And that's kind of it. Slightly Thunders. I mean, this is a fucking Thunder trade. Like, slightly, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Chet's going to miss the whole season. Just kind of waiting for this team to do something. As a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander stan, just kind of waiting. Magic. They get Boncaro first overall. They bring back Mo Bamba, 2 years, $21 million. They bring back Gary Harris, 2 years, $26 million. I love that for them because he can like just be a solid veteran wing presence, but also you could trade him later on. Like if he's as good as he was last year, some team will give up a first. Bring back Bobo, whatever. You lose Rolo. I love it. I actually really like the Magic offseason. Slightly sexy. Slightly sexy. I just think they're kind of a dark horse team. Didn't Gary Harris get injured recently? I think I did see that, actually. Is he out a long time? Anyways, man. I think they might make the play-in. Alec Burks would have been great pickup for the Mavs. I actually would have loved an Alec Burks addition. Fuck. It's getting that time. We've been live for 3 hours. My mouth is stopping working. How many more teams do we have? Jesus Christ. You think Gary Harris is out for the season? Gary Harris has undergone surgery to perform a meniscectomy in his left knee. He will return. His return will depend on how he responds to rehabilitation and treatment. Oh, shit. He suffered a torn meniscus. That sucks. Hold on. Spencer Dinwiddie, 18.5 points per game will hit like crack. I did say if Spencer Dinwiddie scored over 17 points per game, I'll watch his cryptocurrency show that he's coming out with on stream. So we'll see. Philadelphia 76ers, they had a great offseason. I'll say that right now. Traded for DeAnthony Melton, love it. Signed PJ Tucker, love it. Brought in Daniel House, great. Wing depth. Trevelin Queen, I don't even know who that is. They only lost DeAndre Jordan, who sucks, and Danny Green, who Joel Embiid flopped into his leg and tore his ACL. Love it. Slightly amazing. Great offseason for them. One of the best in the entire NBA. You know, no big, gigantic moves. Obviously, they re-signed Harden, too, for way less than the max, which is great as well. No big, gigantic moves for them, but still, just a really solid offseason. They just got better. Suns, they signed Devin Booker to a max. Obviously, they bring back DeAndre Ayton. 4-year max for DeAndre Ayton. Damian Lee, Bismack Biyombo, Okogie, they lost. Aaron Holiday and JaVale McGee. They had a bad offseason, too. Like, they got worse. It depends on how bad the injury is. With meniscus tears, you don't know how bad it is until they put the scope in your knee. Yeah, that's how the Gallinari one is, too, right? Like, we just don't know. Could be the whole season. Could be a couple weeks. Slightly bad. The Suns got worse, in my opinion. And it's like, again, people are like, Mavs offseason horrible. Mavs offseason terrible. Just an easy take, because you can just be like, yeah, Brunson. I think the next season is the last chance for Harden and CP3 to win it all because their teams are completed. Damn, they dumped Holiday after getting Boban mad. Yeah, they let Aaron Holiday go. They really just like misutilized him for sure. Like I think he's better than Campaign, or at least what Campaign was giving you at times last offseason or last postseason. Like at least with Aaron Holiday, you're getting some solid defense. Trailblazers, a busy offseason. They draft Sharp 7th overall. I don't know how I feel about that. Any player who hasn't played in an extended period of time scares the shit out of me. It's the interesting debate. Like, if Jaden Hardy just set the year out, does he go top 10? That's why there's some excitement there for Jaden Hardy. They do trade for Jeremy Grant and only give up a 2025 first-round pick, which is Milwaukee's. I love that. They re-signed Anthony Simons, 4 years, $100 million. So $25 million a year for Simons is kind of a lot, but I see it. Nurkic gets a bag. They go out and get Gary Payton. I love it. I do really like their offseason. They lose Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles never actually played there. Slightly great. One of the best offseasons in the NBA. Will they be like a contender? I don't know about that, but I think they might actually end up being better than people think. Which, as a small market team, that's really all you can hope for, huh? Kings, Keegan Murray, that looks like a great pick already. We haven't seen him play an NBA game, but Summer League, holy shit, he was magical. They go out and get Kevin Huerter. I mean, I'm really not that high on Kevin Huerter, but the Kings have to do things differently. They just have to. They have to operate differently than other teams. That's just the harsh reality. They give up Justin Holiday, Mo Harkless, a 2024 first. They go out and get Malik Monk. I actually like that for them. Mike Brown is the head coach. Okay. They lose Dante DiVincenzo, who was not very good for them. Damian Jones. That one kind of sucks. Mo Harkless, Justin Holiday. Justin Holiday was just not that great for them after that trade. Slightly interested. That's what I'm going to say. It feels narrow. If they don't make the play-in, they almost have to cut the cord entirely, right? Like, if you can't make the play-in with Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox in a conference that has the Rockets, the Thunder, and now the Jazz and the Spurs, who are just not going to be good teams more than likely, like, you got to just pull the fucking plug. Trade De'Aaron Fox. Trade Sabonis. There's no reason they don't make the play-in at all, right? San Antonio Spurs. Sochan, 9th overall. Malachi Branham. I'm bad with these names. I'm going to mispronounce them. Blake Wesley. They trade DeJounte Murray. They get a 2023 Charlotte first, 2025 first, 2027 first, 2026 swap. Good trade. That's a good get for them. They extended Keldon Johnson. They lose Lonnie Walker in free agency. They still have, like... Yeah, I think that 2023 Charlotte first has protections. Why are people asking the decision whether they picked Keegan over Ivy? Well, people love Jaden Ivey. The thing is it's like, why would they get another guard? They just traded one of their very promising guards because they felt like they had a guard logjam, and then they went out and got some bonus. Like, why would they get another guard to put alongside De'Aaron Fox and Davion? And Keegan Murray just fits them like a glove, I think. It was slightly good. I'm gonna be real, slightly good. I like that the Spurs say, all right, let's get out of this play-in area. Like, we're not that good. Let's get out of it. Let's fucking bottom out. Let's trade DeJounte Murray. We get a lot of picks from like an Atlanta team that's not gonna be like a perennial contender. Maybe like there's a world where it completely and totally collapses for them, for Atlanta, and then the Spurs get really good picks later. And then you still have like Jakob Poeltl. You know, Keegan wants to be in Sacramento. So did Halliburton. Like, Tyrese Halliburton was actually like, I love Sacramento. Like, I'm just so happy to be with the Kings. Something nobody's ever fucking said. He says that, and then they trade him immediately. Raptors, what did they do? Christian Coloco, okay. They bring back Chris Boucher. They bring back Thad Young. Otto Porter. They just got not Markieff Morris. Josh Johnson. Or Josh Jackson. I mean, I don't know. Slightly boring. Like, if we're just being honest, let's just be honest with ourselves for a couple of seconds. The rest of the East got better, and it's just like the Raptors are just kind of, you know, the same. I mean, what you expect, like a leap up from Harrison Barnes? Scotty Barnes. I mean, you know, they're a playing team next year, right? Assuming everyone's healthy, the Nets will be in the playoffs. They were a playing team last year. The Cavs will probably be in the playoffs. They were a playing team last year. Who gets the boot? Sorry to say it. I know there are some Raptors fans who actually watch. Utah Jazz. Well, here we go. They traded Royce O'Neal, got a first. Love that. Traded Rudy Gobert, got 75 firsts. Love that. Just traded Donovan Mitchell hours ago. Got a bunch of firsts. Love that. They go out and get a new coach, Will Hardy. They just traded Patrick Beverley for Stanley Johnson and Talon Horton Tucker. I mean, whatever. Right? Maybe Talon Horton Tucker turns into something. If he doesn't, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The thing is with rebuilds, I'm going to go slightly exciting. That's what I'm going to go. Slightly exciting. The thing about rebuilds, man, you just don't know. It's difficult to be like, fuck, the Jazz just won the offseason with all these trades. What if it just never works? What if they draft busts? Or what if the picks from Minnesota, what if the picks from Cleveland end up being bad, end up being late, mid-20s? What if they get stuck in the same cycle they were just in? Like, what if they never get the big franchise-altering talent? What if they just get a bunch of okay guys and are just okay? So, I'm excited. I like that they're choosing a direction. I like that they blew it up. It's a smart choice for them. Keegan looks like he'll be an effective role player immediately. Yeah, exactly. Keegan's going to have a long career. They already have so many wings. OPJ barely gets playtime. The Raptors love them a wing. Who can blame them, man? Wings are great. Lemon pepper, hot lemon pepper. You guys ever had that? Lemon pepper with buffalo sauce? Fucking good. Pelicans, the only team that didn't make any moves and still got better because Zion's return. Yeah. And the final team here, Washington Wizards. They were pretty busy too. Johnny Davis, 10th overall. I don't follow the draft. I don't really follow prospects. Everybody's already operating under the conclusion that this guy's a bust. Don't know anything about him. But he was like easily everyone's pick to be a bust. They traded away KCP and Ish Smith, bring back Monte Morris and Will Barton. I like that trade a lot for them. I'm assuming Monte Morris will probably start at point guard, right? Will Barton used to have another score. They bring back Bradley Beal, making $50 million a year. That's a little bit stinky, but you know, I guess you got to do what you got to do. I don't love it. They bring in DeLon Wright in free agency. Great backup point guard. I really like DeLon Wright. And they lose KCP, Ish Smith, Raul Neto, Tomas Satoransky. Hot lemon pepper top tier. It really is so fucking good. Additions, you are right. KP's beard. I'm very interested by their... I have no idea what to think about the Wizards, dude. Slightly interested. I have no idea what to think about them. Like, I look at their roster, and I think, ooh, okay, Beal, healthy. Monte Morris, Delon Wright. I mean, that's not like an all-star point guard rotation, but that's not horrible. You got two guys who know what they're doing. Kuzma, contract year. What are we going to get from him? KP, a potential contract year. I'm imagining a scenario in my head where KP plays pretty good, and him and his agent are like, dude, we need to cash out. Opts out of his fucking player option, and signs kind of like what Harrison Barnes did after he got traded to the Kings, where he opted out of his player option. And everyone was like, what the hell is Harrison Barnes thinking? And then the Kings gave him like an extension, less money, but like more, money in the long term, like guaranteed, security financially in the long term. I wouldn't be surprised if KP makes a move like that. I really wouldn't. So I have zero clue to think about them. They're not very good to contend, but also not completely bad for high pick. I could see them being really bad though. Like Beal phones it in. He just got $50 million. Fuck it, I'm phoning it in. KP hurt. Kuzma in a contract year, chunking up dog shit shots. I could see this thing going horrifically, but I could also see them being decent. It really could. So those are all my grades. Obviously, this grading got completely and totally derailed by Donovan Mitchell getting traded. Insane. I don't know what it is, guys. I really don't. I don't know how I have that. I don't know how I have these powers. Do we know what Tyler Hero is crying about? Is it because like everybody wanted to trade him? I'm not entirely sure. Either way, insane. Insane day. I cannot believe Donovan Mitchell got traded midstream. What are the fucking odds? Seriously. All right, that is going to wrap up the stream for me. Hopefully I get a Davis Bertans. Hopefully I get a Davis Bertans propaganda video up tomorrow. That's my goal. I will be out of town this Saturday, so there will not be a stream on Saturday. So no big NBA moves coming then. But I'll be back live again on next Tuesday. And next Tuesday, I guess I'll do my NFL predictions. I don't know anything. It's going to be the ultimate casual fan show. But that's okay. That's what makes it fun. And you know what? To make it even better, I won't even do research. That's why you guys come here. That's exactly why you guys come here. Isn't it? Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy day. Donovan Mitchell traded. Great trade for both teams. I really think it's a good trade for both teams. We'll see what the fallout is of this. Bojan, Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson. Are they all available? At some point, maybe not right now, but at some point, it will be. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much for coming out tonight. All of the OGs, you guys know I love you very much. Could have spent your Thursday afternoon anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. New subscribers, I promise you guys will not regret it. We go live every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.